the unmute button is how we go live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Millennial Tavern. It is me, your boy, Mr. Dan Spence over here, the DM of this lovely campaign. I am not playing tonight because we are back to the original campaign, and Mr. Alec over here will be back in the DM slot here in roughly a week and a half, or a week, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, every other week. So we will be back at it again with the other campaign here in 2 weeks, but right now we are back at it running
but it's centered on you guys.
the campaign while the cameras are fine.
He's worried about it being centered on the curtains instead of them.
No.
Let's be real.
I think we're good.
It's nothing.
Would argue that
Do you want me to shift it slightly?
Just keep going. Y'all are making a bigger deal of it than I was.
Well, no, I was talking and then you were talking and it's like, well,
you could have.
So
just continue talking. Just go.
So yeah, we're totally not making a big deal about this. All to say, we're back at it again with the original campaign. A lot of things have been happening as of recent, and we're going to go ahead and talk about what the party wants to do next. But we're going to recap. So it has been a little bit. We actually don't have Oscar with us tonight. Oscar, unfortunately, had some other commitments he had to go to. So it's just going to be us. And yes, I know, but it is okay. His character, while is not Dino anymore, his new character, Reginald.
Yep.
Reginald will be kind of going off on his own little solo expedition, but it's perfectly fine because he's not really doing anything right now anyways. He literally was just introduced to the group. But what happened last time we met? What was going on in the world?
I mean, a lot of it was, at least in the last session, it was mostly just kind of a grieving period and kind of discussion and
Lots of discussion.
all that kind of stuff in town. We didn't really do a whole. There was not a whole lot of action or anything.
I met a tiefling.
Did you a tiefling?
Belena.
Not to be confused with Elena.
And Reginald at the gate, where I have agreed to take her to her people, with the reward of a bag of holding.
It's a pretty good reward.
Yes.
Pretty good reward.
Mm-hmm.
So you agree to do that. It seemed like there was a little bit of not just grieving, but a little turmoil in the group as well.
Yep, there was.
Yeah, you want
A lot of throwing things and
Yes.
rage and whatnot. So
not quite literally, but
not yet. I didn't expend a resource point. We'll say that, you know. Not yet, but
Very interesting. Very interesting. Well, all that to say, so you ended up having a little bit more of a conversation over at the tavern. People were just kind of getting up to speed, trying to figure things out. I know Arthur seemed a little interested in what Belena had to say and what Reginald was kind of bringing in. And you guys discussed this a little bit.
yeah. So not only did we see that the golem had been captured in the middle of the town square in a cage,
That's a big point.
where people were like poking at it with sticks and shit and kind of fucking with it, but it wasn't really doing anything. Thank God. Well, for them at least. Some people don't really care about said people, and that's understandable. I can see why.
I can see why, sure. Yeah.
But the next morning, when Eddard and I woke up, the paladin dude who had been staying at the tavern for some time, or who had stayed at the tavern at least a day or two before we left, was acting very suspicious for some reason.
lying
He
about
pretended-
getting drunk and stuff.
He pretended that he had just woken up at the exact same time that we did, which was later on in the morning, like probably like sleeping in like 11 a.m. kind of thing. And he was like, wow, yeah, I was so sloshed last night. That was crazy, bro.
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
And then my leading theory that I expressed to Elena when she came back from falling asleep in the temple. Donde está la biblioteca? Told her about my theory that the paladin dude might be the guy who constructed the actual meat golem thing.
Well, we know that. I believe it was you that talked to the bartender about it.
Mm-hmm.
That he had said that like
Talk to
every
Terry.
time, yeah,
Terry.
old Terry, yeah,
Who loves to name
every
Yes.
every time the monster, the construct shows up, it's usually about the time that this dude shows up.
Mhm.
He just kind of hangs out in town. So it's coincidence? I think not.
I don't remember that.
So pretty sure you're not remembering that, right?
I was like, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
No.
I think
That
you're
was the
projecting
inference that we
what
made.
you want to have happen.
He goes up north. He shows up once a week and goes up north after he stays the night in town for one night. But he shows up on the 7th day.
That's right. I knew it was something
That
weird.
seems more.
And he had
realistic.
been around. He started coming around the same time that the golem thingy started kidnapping.
Yeah, okay.
So that's the time correlation that we found, or coincidence. Sure. So we left off pretty much right about to go out into the town square and let everyone know that's part of the hunting party that we're going to release the golem out of the cage and that we're going to follow it and we're not going to fuck with it and we're going to see where it takes us.
We're going to make sure people know who Arthur is.
Because
Yeah.
nobody knows who Arthur is, apparently, or at least what he looks like. So
Some people do, some people don't.
I think the only person that really knows that is our group and the
Harold didn't know for sure.
He did. He was a little perplexed by that. So,
Yeah.
well, anything else you gentlemen would like to add, and ladies, of course.
You learned a really well. You used to found a scroll. That's a really cool scroll.
Learn a new spell. Well,
Yeah,
learned of a new spell. Have to sit down and.
The only other thing I can think of is we might do an autopsy on Dino before after his body's been presented before burial.
Yeah. Just check out, see if there's anything left or whatever of the.
See what manner of corruption
Yeah.
happened within his body from the cursed sword.
Yes, yes. Da, da, da.
Oh, excuse me.
All right. Well, so we'll go ahead and end off and head back in with that. So, as the rest of you ended up waking up and going through the rest of your day, some people are a little bit more disgruntled, heading off, and just going and trying to kind of grieve a little bit more over the loss of your friend. Some of you ended up walking through town, meeting some new people, and heading back over to the tavern, and trying to essentially just create new relationships and see where potentially things could take you down the road with new opportunities. As everyone ended up kind of regrouping a little bit more, people began heading off in this new direction after having a short conversation between Scorn and Arthur. There was a decision made that maybe they should approach things differently, with a little more tact, as you end up moving over in the town towards where the golem is supposed to be. And as everyone kind of rounds the corner, you end up having Edard and Elena both coming from one direction, you guys coming from their direction, kind of just regrouping in this area where it looks like some of the villagers are still kind of standing around this golem in the cage. A couple of the cards. We'll go ahead and resume there. What do you guys want to do?
I think we had been coming from. Well, I can't remember where you came from.
We all
We're-
came from the tavern. You were already out.
Well, I had left the temple, was headed that direction, and then I believe I ran into you.
I think the
Pretty
temple's
much
over
around.
here.
Yeah, temple. And I had run into you.
Yeah, we were almost.
Pretty much here. Yeah. So I guess at that point I'd just be like, is there still a bunch of people out there just like basically prodding the construct and all that kind of stuff?
So you're going to notice there's not nearly as many people as there was before.
But there's still kind of those people kind of just doing that.
Some of them. They when you say doing that, what do you mean exactly?
Like messing with it, like antagonizing it. That
There
kind of
are some people around that looks like they're not so much antagonizing, just kind of watching curiously as this golem is just holding on to this this goblin inside the cage and just kind of spinning around trying to figure things out. And nobody's really doing anything.
Mind God.
Okay, so I think I just, at that point,
The goblin that was very, very calm.
Yeah.
I'd probably just be standing kind of in the area, just watching, just kind of ready with my axe, just kind of in case something happened.
I think I asked one of the guards last session to grab Frederick. The lead guard guy.
Mhm.
Is he out there?
As you end up approaching, it looks like you do see Frederick over there talking to a couple of them.
Approach Frederick. Good morning.
Oh, wait, what was it to you, I reckon? And what can I do for you, Arthur? Been quite
It's been some time since I've seen a friendly face around here. at least someone who knows what's going on. Would you mind?
I saw you yesterday.
Oh yeah, but you know me. You're a refreshing face, and I could use your expertise.
Well, thank you.
And
I reckon this is going to be a pleasant conversation. Oh, I think please lay it on me there.
absolutely, I don't think it would never be a pleasant conversation with me. Anyway, would you mind getting the band together?
Is that
Our
is that a
merry band?
euphemism?
No, merry band of hunters and people who want
Oh,
to.
the hunting party then is what
Yes.
you've been asked. Why?
Well, it's time for us to take action. Just because we captured this meat thing,
We're not going to kill it?
no, by no means. At least not yet. I will explain to you and everyone else at the same time, if that's okay.
All right. You see him just kind of turn around and start heading off over towards another direction.
Okay.
So you can kind of assume he's going to be doing exactly that.
Is... Do I see Eddard now? Eddard, are you around?
You would see
Are
Eddard. You see Eddard. You would see the entirety of the group, basically.
Okay.
You would end up noticing, though, that that Reginald kind of pulled away from the group. It looks like he got caught in something else.
Very busy being so. I'm gonna wait for Frederick to gather people. I'm assuming that we have 2 members of the party
You have 4 members of the party.
that are staying separate from possibly
So
I'm
I should have
one-
waited, but yes, that is probably a good assumption.
one person
One person. Yes.
in said party.
A little bit of hesitation, yes.
I'm gonna kind of.
What? They're not just gonna talk. They're gonna walk away if I walk.
I mean, they are standing like 15 feet away from you. So
And my axe is in my hand. Not intentionally because of that situation, but
Just how many yes. Let's just hold it up. Just like mid swing.
like that constantly.
that's how I make my traps.
Gotta
look
be
so
careful
nice.
because the axe head might just fly off for some reason.
No, I would honestly say, unless you guys were being like overly like pronounced with your presence, I probably wouldn't even notice y'all walked up because I'm kind of like focusing on the cage, just like making sure nothing fishy is going on. No, what's your name, bro?
So what do you want to do?
I'll walk up to with Arthur next to me. I will walk, and obviously the tiefling is at my hip because the tiefling can't go anywhere. I will walk up to the 2 of you and say, "Do you have a moment
For what?
to speak of what has recently happened?"
I think we have more pressing things at the moment.
Well, I feel like if we're going to be working as a group, we should probably clear the air before we get into battle. Yeah.
We kind of look at you.
Say it.
I have lost many crew members before over my days. And I understand the grief of a loss of a close companion. I apologize for the actions that led towards the unexpected demise of your poor Dino. That's about it. That's all I get.
Well, I think he really is sorry. He was expressing at the tavern. It's not really my place, but he did seem very sorry at the tavern. Let's just say that.
You got a wingman now, huh?
Who are you?
Oh,
Oh, okay. Sorry. I forgot that you're like a male voice but a female. Like I was like, wait, who the fuck are you?
That's pretty sexist of you, Stolen.
My bad. So it's been a minute since I heard you talk.
Just confused for a second.
Tell you what, I appreciate you saying that. But you're definitely on thin ice.
Can you explain why? For you.
Because we wouldn't be in the situation if your curiosity wouldn't have gotten better.
True. I was curious of a cursed sword from an argument battle you and Dino had, where you knocked him out twice. So I mean, we both played parts in the demise of your close friend.
This is what I'm going to give you. My ex is not going to get buried into your head right now. So I think you count that as a blessing, and once you go hang out with Arthur for the time being.
What it is.
So as all this is happening, you're gonna end up kind of like looking around after that. And you're gonna see Cynthia just kind of saying, "There's like." Excuse me.
I walk up to Cynthia.
Is everything okay?
I
I checked in with Margaret and I walked over here. And this is not pleasant.
forget. How many days has it been since we've seen you?
We saw you half a day.
Half a day.
This morning?
You. Okay. So you know about Dino.
I was there, yes.
Okay.
She walked back.
Just making sure. Okay.
Are you okay, Elena?
Yes and no.
Grief is difficult to cope with, and I understand that. I've lost my own over time. I would argue, even though people believe the Lord to be less than honorable at times, I think that I too have lost many a close friends in the Lord's court, given the crisis. I won't say it relates directly to you, but I understand the sorrow, and I hope for the good of all of us, and the good of the people, that you find a way to accept this and move on. And I know it's going to be easy. It's not going to be.
Another big truck.
A big truck's coming through, guys.
I mean, it's about probably the right time in the middle of the day.
I appreciate that, Cynthia. It might take me a couple of days, but I'll be okay eventually.
Come on.
Well, on a lighter note for everyone, I spoke with Margaret, and during our time away, she actually managed to get talking with a couple of the locals, and she actually managed to, with some of the supplies that we brought from her alchemy that we brought with us, she created some potions.
What kind of potions?
Well, these right here. You're gonna watch as she kind of like goes rifling through this little satchel, and then pulls out a couple of potions of greater healing.
I'll take one.
So she's gonna end up giving you guys 4 potions of greater healing.
Whoa, that's like one for each of
That
us.
is
Four for one of us.
Hi, Penny. Hello.
That's great.
gold
It's
by the
1 for each of us, and then 2 for anyone not scorned.
Do I actually get one from her? I don't.
She would just kind of present them to anyone who wants to grab them.
If there was one available, I would take it.
I guess I really wouldn't. Where are they about right now?
She's gonna be kind of like standing off to the side talking to Elena, so you can kind of imagine she's gonna be over in that back corner.
Like
Actually,
over
where
here.
is
Like over in this direction?
thereabouts? Thereabouts, yeah.
Why is pushing greater healing not popular?
It's best to
It's
just
potion of healing and
Yeah.
parentheses greater.
Oh.
Yeah. We call it that, but D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond kind of dumb when it comes to some stuff.
Just
Very specific about how the items. Explicit.
I guess I would have kind of walked over into that one. They're close enough for me to hear 'em.
Okay. So anything else you guys want to do while you're waiting?
I am ready to make my announcement. Once
Cool.
people are gathered.
I kind of want to investigate the cage a little bit.
Okay. Sure. So as you end up getting closer to the cage, how close are you getting?
Enough where the apparition wouldn't be able to stretch out and attack me. Grab
Okay.
me.
So you're
I'm not
keeping a little bit of distance.
Yeah,
A little bit. Okay.
but almost arm's reach.
Okay. So go ahead and roll investigation.
No, it's not.
Leaving this-
That'd be a 5.
Okay. So as you end up checking out the cage, it seems like the cage is pretty much just a normal cage. You're not noticing anything too distinguishable, and it's there.
Do I see the latch to open it?
With a 5, you're not really able to see much of anything. You're more so just focusing on what the cage is made out of and just the general composition of it. But even then, you're not pulling a whole lot. So.
That's fine.
Anyone else want to do anything?
I just remembered something that might be useful. I would like to go to the overseer's office.
Okay. The overseer's office is actually relatively close to where you are. It's going to be about maybe a 3-minute walk.
Alright, I go there.
I would probably accompany you.
You sure you don't want to sit and stew in the awkwardness?
I'm good.
Alright, anything else you guys
would,
want to do?
You would also know, like, we went last time.
Mhm.
It's beneficial for me to do it.
Alright. Are you guys wanting to do anything else there?
Is there anybody standing around the cage right now that actually seems like they have the presence of, like, besides Frederick, because he hasn't.
Frederick left though.
Okay.
There are like 2 guards over there and a couple of members of the hunting party that are just kind of sitting around watching it, kind of menacingly.
Does any of them look competent enough to know and understand what's
Roll insight.
Just standing.
Menacingly.
That's cocked.
Here's Coco.
You said insight, right? Oh, I had good insight. I forgot about that.
Insight, yep.
11.
Different
Well,
characters.
So as you're kind of looking around the group, you're able to pull out. Looks like one of the guards is a little bit more competent than what you'd expect. You actually kind of recognize his face. He was one of the archers actually up in the tower right next to you where you climbed up on the roof, and it seemed like, or maybe it was another archer or something like that. But you do remember him being in the fight. Remember him being in the battle.
Dragons?
Yeah, with the dragons, and he was very much there, present, and was contributing to the fight. And based off of that, and kind of pulling his face together, kind of reading his facial expression in the situation, you're like, it seems like he at least has like a well composed form.
Okay. So I want to walk up to him, and I'll just kind of, pretty much just walk up and say, "Has this thing done anything in the cage since it's been in here?"
Well, I've only been here for maybe the course of the past couple hours, but no, it just seems to stand there. It refuses to let the goblin go, and it hasn't even tried to attack the cage or anything. It's just there.
So, looking at this cage, does it look like this cage was like moved to the spot, or this is where it was trapped?
Sure. So as you end up kind of looking around a little bit further, go ahead and roll investigation.
19.
Okay. So it looks like the actual cage itself was almost kind of propped up and used by like a little rope up in the tree with a large branch dangling over it. Looks like it's kind of tied up in through there with a little bit of support. And it looks like with some of the wood that's lying around, it looks like maybe it was kind of propping up this thing while holding a goblin in the middle. Then eventually when this thing came in the middle, it kind of knocked something off to the side. And then the entire cage just came collapsing down.
Okay, so this is where. Is there anybody here that you know of that was in charge of watching the trap?
Here, I don't believe.
Or did
I can't really say for certain. I wasn't here for it.
would there be anybody in particular to talk to about that?
I would talk to Eggle. He was part of the hunting party.
Eggle? Where might he be at this time? If you
I believe Arthur actually sent for Frederick to go and get the hunting party. I'm imagining he'll be back here soon.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you. And then I'll just kind of walk back off to where I was standing originally.
All right, let's go to you two.
Go to the overseer's office.
Yep. So you are going to walk up there as you end up walking up to the door, giving a little knock. The overseer's going to meet you up and be like, Arthur, what's going on? Absolute pleasure to see both of you.
Likewise.
What can I do for you?
Well, we actually were hoping that you would spectate.
Spectate?
What we're about to do in the town square.
You should probably tell him honestly.
Oh, right. Yes. So,
I read a report that the being was caught.
Take a look. I would like point over.
You see him kind of like walk outside and just kind of. I slept through the entire night, and nobody told me that it was. We're there.
Someone doesn't get out much, do they?
Careful, Arthur.
I jest. Anyway, we
I was gonna laugh if they didn't know that your name was Arthur.
yeah. Who the fuck's this guy?
This piece of shit.
Yeah, Arthur said to tell you.
You should try that. See,
We're all Arthur.
I am Squidward.
Yeah.
What was I?
Why do you require me to spectate whatever you're planning on doing?
Yes, I figured it'd be important that you know what's going on in the town, especially if about half of the town is about to leave to go hunt down.
I'm sorry. Half the town's going to leave. What are you planning?
There's pretty much that's everyone that wants blood from, whoever's taking the slaves.
In the report the god sent me, there was intentions to kill it where it stood. Is that not the case anymore, Arthur?
No, actually. Turns out this creature is a creation. And something made it. Something engineered it and put it together, gave it some sort of strange unlife. But with magic and everything.
Scorn's just the case.
It is. Now, what we're planning on doing is, from what I recollect about a creature like this, is that it is extremely servile to its purpose that its master has given it. And for that reason, we're going to release it from the cage and let it go back to its master.
As we follow it and kill his master.
And that's why half the town's about to leave to go with. I'm going to let it go, follow it, and get to the bottom of this issue. Resolve it while we're there.
Roll, given the fact you're an artificer, I'm going to give you more credit. Roll persuasion with advantage.
You know what you roll before you announce it.
Are you good at guidance?
Potentially.
It's a cantrip concentration. I think you should.
Wow,
I'm giving you guidance.
You could do that before.
No, or after.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or after.
Guidance is pretty busted like that.
15.
I know my spells!
It's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip.
Whatever.
You know what? Arthur, you are very astute. You understand how these things are made. If you believe this to be the best course of action, I'll stand behind you. Just be careful. These are my people.
Oh, we're going with, so you don't have to come, obviously, but
I had no
we'll
intention
be
of
at the
coming.
forefront of the party.
There was zero intention of me coming up.
That's fine. I mean, you can if you like. Doesn't.
He's not coming. It's fine.
There's no pressure. Truly, I didn't want you to make it feel like it
It
was.
wasn't pressure until they started adding Arthur. Are you having this conversation now?
No, let's head into town.
He means, are you gonna?
Scorn, are we going to talk to these people now?
Yes, he sent to gather the, as he called it, the band.
Wonderful. Arthur's already on his way. Scorn, walk with me, please. I'm a little worried about the competence of Arthur.
Why?
The first time I interacted with him was very pleasant. Most recently,
Okay.
a little worried.
Yeah. I can assure you, he knows what he's. I agree with his decisions and the conclusion.
Of the conclusion.
Yeah.
Do you have any reservations about this plan of releasing it? Do you truly believe that this being will
Well,
not slaughter? Given the fact
It
that
is
it is
not
now
res-
daylight, I just worry that
the townsfolk have been prodding and poking him since he's been here.
They
It has
have.
not even reacted. It has stood there, taken every blow, not even reacting to anything. It has the goblin, its mission, and it's gonna head back because it came.
it's
it has-
still holding the goblin from the
It's
report.
still holding the goblin. Will not let go. So that's also what makes us believe that will just go back to wherever it was supposed to go back to.
Very well. And he's just going to go ahead and kind of keep walking with you. Alright. So as you end up kind of reapproaching the group very triumphantly after your successful interaction with the Overseer.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes. I am quite astute, aren't I?
you're gonna have what is Scorn and the Overseer just kind of tailing off behind you as you end up seeing Frederick kind of not just there, but looks like he kind of brought the rest of the hunting party. Not the entirety of the village, but the members of the
So how big is the crowd, would you say? Like,
You're probably looking at around like 15-ish people. But mostly just like competent men. So.
I go to stand in front of the cage. And
How close to the cage are you? Are you like staying like on top of the cage, like fellow citizens, or like where are you?
like probably a good 5 foot square away from the cage,
Okay.
arguably.
Okay, cool.
Oh, bad
One whole
bro.
bit of reach, so
Okay.
I'd say. Not adjacent.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
And I turn my back to the cage to face everybody else.
Ladies and gentlemen, Arthur here. He's a very, very prominent and well-known artificer in the area. Many might know him as the leader and the captain of the hunting party. It is believed that he has a foolproof plan to be able to deal with the aberration in front of us and rid the city of its presence. Arthur.
Thank
watch
you.
The orator just kind of turns off and walks towards Scorn.
Thank you for your kind words. Unfortunately, I am not the only overseer around these parts. Or someone created this. And I turned to point to the cage. Turn back. This here is what I would describe and what you may all call a meat golem. It's made of flesh, bone, metal, and magic to give it this strange life that it has. It serves its creator. And to that end, it seems that its purpose is to bring slaves somewhere. We don't know where. But that's what we're going to do now, is find out where it's bringing your property. What we're going to do, this might alarm you, but trust me when I say, This will work. It will work. We're going to open the cage and free the monster.
You're gonna kind of hear this like across the crowd.
And we're going to let it be, not attack it, not patronize it, not anything. We are going to simply follow it to its lair.
Arthur, how do you know that this is a good idea?
Because after many years of studying creation, engineering, and magic that might be related to it, I know that this creature, and you all probably recognize that it was captured peacefully and did not try to retaliate whatsoever, even in its state of captivity.
It's been stealing all of our property.
But it has not attacked anyone. Now, I don't want to test if it will by fighting it. I would rather let it go. We let it go out of the town, we follow it, and find its creator and why they were taking all of the property.
Some of the crowd's gonna speak up. I don't think this is a good idea. No. No. This does not seem right. This doesn't seem like a good idea at all. We shouldn't be doing this. Then you're gonna end up seeing what looks like a familiar face kind of pop out of the crowd. I can vouch for him. It's fun. You actually recognize the person as Silas. He's very confident when it comes down to his works. I have no reason to believe that he has lied about anything. He has created plans to get the bridge back intact. I trust this man's life.
I look around,
I'm
kind
gonna
of
go ahead and like, kind of
expectantly.
pop something really quick.
Oh my god.
That's good. Yeah, look at the rest of the crowd kind of expectantly. As if I'm waiting for more criticism.
As you're kind of looking around, it doesn't look like anyone else is wanting to say anything. Where are the rest of you positioned by chance?
Well, pretty much the same spot.
Okay. As this is happening, I'm assuming you're still looking at the creature.
I'm facing Arthur.
Okay. So everyone who's looking at the this construct aberration, go ahead and roll insight really quick.
Ow. Ladies.
18.
Where's my staff? You say insight?
Yep.
Do you want me to do this?
13.
No, you're not facing him. Or facing him.
What'd you roll now?
12
So-
plus 1.
9 plus 4.
Okay, so what are your rolls?
18.
18?
13 and 13.
Okay. So you guys are going to notice this, but you're going to end up noticing something. As the speech is kind of taking place, you're going to watch as the construct just kind of doesn't really interact with the speech. You're going to notice that it kind of like turns its head and starts looking at Arthur. And then when Arthur stops talking, it just kind of goes back to what it's doing. Then when Arthur starts talking again, starts paying attention.
I just kind of make my way through the crowd. Because you didn't notice it, right?
You guys didn't notice
Yeah,
that
we
either.
didn't notice it. He said that David did.
Oh, David did.
David was the only one
okay,
who noticed.
okay. Never mind.
What's David going to do?
Arthur. Say a few more things about the plan. Potentially about how the cage is not going to last forever.
Oh.
As I'm watching the golem now.
Well, I think it's important for all of us to note that if we keep this thing in its cage for too long, we might risk its wrath. It might try to fight and climb its way to its purpose. It might have a deadline that it has to reach, and it might, we need to let this go. It's either we kill it now or we let it go, and we're not going to kill it. If we kill it now, then we have no idea where to go. No leads.
Okay. So as that is kind of being said, you're going to watch as it just kind of turns its head over towards Arthur again. Then once he stops talking, it just goes back.
Is there any facial expressions?
Nothing that you can encipher.
Yeah.
Or decipher, rather.
Arthur, can I steal you for just a second?
Yes. If you all could prepare yourselves to depart from here about half an hour. Get your gear. Get a couple days worth of travel snacks and stuff.
Oh, you end up seeing the rest of them just kind of start wandering off and getting supplies.
It listened to you.
What, the people?
No, the golem. Or the apparition. When you
What do you
speak,
mean listen?
it turns and looks directly at you. Stop. Out of curiosity, is it doing it every time he talks?
Where you guys are standing?
Where
in the same
I
spot?
just kind of
You
turned
just walked
him.
up to him.
I just walked up to him, kind of turned him around. He hasn't really moved.
Yeah, so it looks like when he starts talking again, it kind of starts looking at
So I point. I say, "Look, speak as it, and stop."
What you looking at there, big fella? Do you want to go for a walk?
So still doing it.
Do you want to? Do you want to treat?
You want?
Take that foot.
Do you want to go? Do you want to go?
Does it do anything?
Yeah, every time you say something, it just kind of looks at you. It doesn't really react to it, looks like. You can go ahead and roll insight.
You still have guidance.
What's a minute, right?
I can cast it whenever I need to.
Alright, fine.
It's cantrip.
I'm just saying.
That is a 15.
Okay. So as you're kind of like looking at it, you're trying to decipher anything you can out of its expressions. It seems like it's more so a look of like acknowledgement, but it's hard to really pick out what it is. It could be, based on what you're saying, like maybe 2 or 3 options. But it's like it could just be acknowledgement. It could be inquisition, or it could also end up being curiosity.
I kind of squint at it. Pick up the goblin.
You're gonna watch that he just kind of looks at you and still holding the goblin.
Put down the goblin.
You're gonna watch his arm moves a little bit, but that's it.
Set it down on the ground and release it from your grip.
You watch as it kind of looks at you a little more, and then it moves its arm a little bit more, but it moves it back up this time.
Alright. What should I make of this?
Well, you're going to be the one releasing it from the cage. So maybe give it some instruction. See if it listens.
What are you guys doing?
Still just kind of waiting.
Yeah, I'm kind of just standing there with curiosity, just kind of trying to really just wait for the rest of the party and stuff to come back.
So you guys are just standing there, not talking or anything, or just literally just sitting there.
While I'm that close to the apparition, but I would kind of want to examine it to an extent to see if I could tell if it's made of something that would be more vulnerable to a specific type of.
Sure. Yeah, you can go ahead. Shiloh, stop it. No. Yeah, so go ahead and roll insight.
That would be a 17, or that would be a 21.
Okay.
Anyone?
Because it might be a high roll, so fuck it.
All right. So, so as you're kind of reading through, or not reading through, trying to like read through anything you can about like how it's composed, it's a little more difficult for you to infer just because you're not all that familiar with these kind of constructs and just general like general golems.
Okay.
But you're able to kind of infer a couple things out of it. It's probably going to be completely immune to some of the following. So like charmed, exhausted, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned.
Okay.
And it looks like it definitely has a slew of immunities.
Slew of immunities.
Yeah, and that's just more from like your general just looking at it and being like, do I feel like a blade would do a lot of damage right here? Do I feel like this would end up searing the flesh and dealing a lot of damage? You're just kind of trying to make some inferences. like probably has some immunities, but you're definitely able to tell there's some kind of like vicious, condition immunities.
Okay, so without going in depth, I would be able to infer as a storm / tempest and cleric
I'm familiar with your character.
that I would know if lightning / thunder damage would do anything to it.
It's hard for you to really tell. It might, but it could be like a Frankenstein thing where it's like maybe you electrocute it and it does good stuff or it does bad stuff.
Okay.
There's not enough that you can really tell about it,
But
especially based on your history.
But I would think it's not an immune in one of its.
You could think it's probably not completely immune to that.
Who's pulling this cock out?
So, all right, what else do you guys want to do?
I would like to look at it and if it has any symbols on like its body anywhere, like on its head or anything.
Okay.
Perhaps a giant hexagram on its chest or something. I don't know.
And then you speak its name and it opens up his mouth and then
Yeah.
the falls out.
So you're looking for any kind of inscriptions, right? Like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So go ahead and roll investigation. Okay. So as you're trying to search through it and everything, something does actually stick out to you. Something you end up seeing isn't an inscription on its head. No real inscriptions inside the flesh. But you are going to end up noticing that inside of what looks like this kind of chest, like lower abdomen area, it's almost like there is a latch or a compartment.
Hold so many things.
Curious. I'll keep that to myself.
Hmm?
And I don't think I have anything to do specifically before we head out.
Alright. Are you guys want to do anything or?
Yeah, I was actually starting to think of possibly looking around town shops, specifically like
The shops are all going to be on the southern.
Would I know that, or would I?
You would probably know that walking through town a couple times.
I'm probably just gonna head that way. I'm gonna like lean over to you. I'm going to check out some shops. Try to stock up before we go.
Alright, don't be long, but grab a couple of health potions.
This is probably a good idea.
I'm assuming this is happening while you're kind of interacting with the creature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With your 22, you're actually going to notice that the second Elena starts talking, it also looks over there.
Would I know this as well since I'm right there?
You weren't, well, you were kind of investigating it. I would say probably sure. I would assume you guys are both kind of investigating at the same time.
Oh, so you're half elf, right? Or you just
No, I'm just human.
I'm the half elf.
I knew. I remembered you
Half
were.
giraffe.
Half drow, half elf. Yep.
I assume that, I didn't notice that he...
No.
I thought I had command.
Oh.
As a,
You want to do command?
Kill.
well, it doesn't turn when you say anything. But if
Maybe when you open Maybe when you open the door. I do have that ability.
I guess with Eddard leaving, I would probably walk, like, more towards where everybody else is.
Okay.
But now I'm with you.
She's having it here.
Cynthia's my buddy now.
you've mentioned.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Alright, so what do you guys want to do?
Cantrip.
You see on its lower abdomen, looks like there's some sort of door, something you can open.
It's got a what?
Like a compartment of some sort on its.
And
on
then
its
I
stomach.
want to get up and look at him real close.
I cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
And I tell my Mage Hand to go open the door on the golem.
Alright, so you don't actually have to tell it, you just kind of direct it semantically.
Yeah.
But okay, so as you end up kind of saying that and walking that closer, you're gonna watch as this little mage hand kind of goes in there. They kind of like mess with like a little clasp, And as the clasp is kind of like, pinched in enough, it looks like it kind of just pops. And then it starts slowly opening. And as it does, you're going to end up seeing that the golem kind of immediately starts to react. And then with the hand that seemed like it really can't move, and the other hand, you watch as it kind of just picks the goblin, puts it inside, and then tries to close it a little bit. So it looks like it's struggling. It's almost like it's stuck. It's almost like it's stuck. Like it's trying to kind of get it in there because it's been open.
Door?
It's basically the entire chest.
Oh, it shot. It was like a small little fucking
just like a little
like a key locker.
It's like imagine this. Imagine it's kind of like sewing. It's like sewing. It's like sewing kind of going up through here.
Bender from
It's like sewing going up through here.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then as you end up kind of pulling it, there's like a giant chest cavity just kind of open.
Is there anything in it?
Well,
Before the goblin gets put inside?
So you're not going to be able to see anything inside. You're just going to see it looks like he's trying to kind of like get the goblin in there, but he doesn't have enough room inside the cage. It looks like he's kind of like stuck inside the cage.
I'm going to...
You can try to look inside.
Well, I'm going to mentally just tell the mage hand to try to grab anything inside and pull it out.
Okay. So as you end up kind of getting your hand inside there, you're going to end up seeing that the golem kind of starts like flinching a little bit. And the mage hand's just going to kind of be like feeling around.
Okay. I'm waiting for you to tell me if I find something or not.
Well, we're going to see what everyone else wants.
That's what I figured. That's what I'm at.
I am just watching this. So it's like trying to stuff the goblin in?
It is, but it looks like it didn't open enough, and it really doesn't have the arm room because of how massive this thing is to kind of maneuver it and get it to a pace where it looks like it can get it. You can definitely tell it's kind of like picking this thing up and trying to like...
Okay,
Did you see that bird just land on its head?
I don't know anything. Listen, I know a couple things. I don't know at all. Okay, so don't look at me if anything crazy happens. Unpredictable.
It's still in the cage. It's fine for now.
Are you able to feel anything in there, or is it like a pocket dimension of some sort?
You wouldn't be able to tell any of this. The mage doesn't communicate. Anything you're having to do out of sight is just kind of, literally it would be like you losing all sensation in your hand and just kind of putting it somewhere. Like you have no interaction with the hand other than kind of controlling it. So you don't really know exactly.
I can't tell if it's picked something up or not.
It doesn't mentally communicate with you at all.
Okay. Oh.
You could try to tell it to grab things. You're like, grab, pull out.
Like a claw machine.
Grab.
Yeah, let's do that.
Right. So while that's
trying to help
happening-
stuff the goblin in there more. You know?
So as you're kind of like doing that, you're gonna end up seeing like it's not pulling anything out, and it looks like the mage hand is kind of unscathed by anything.
How long has it been since we kind of sent everybody on their way?
Couple minutes. Okay. You could probably imagine they'll be back in like 5 minutes.
So now what do we do?
We're going to let it out, but we're still going to wait for everyone first. So we're just going to kind of watch this thing.
Yeah, but do we do something about the goblin?
So you're watching the cage and everything?
Yeah.
So as you're talking, I want you to go ahead and roll perception. You're actually going to notice it looks like the entirety of the body just kind of stops for a second, then looks down at you when you're talking. Then once you're done, kind of goes back to what it was doing.
I want, while this is happening, the mage hand try to replace its hand holding the goblin to see if I can...
It only has 10 pounds of pressure I can do. So you could try, but you're just going to kind of fiddle with it. It looks like the goblin's just going to be sitting there, just kind of like moving around.
See
ever
if I
so
can
slightly,
loosen,
just kind of dazed.
basically get him to let go.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to do that.
Okay.
You could try, and you just kind of notice the goblin's.
I'm gonna address the apparition. Now that I've noticed that he looks at me when I talk, can you understand me?
I'm just going to go back to what it's doing.
Can you speak? Speak.
mouth?
It doesn't look like it has a mouth.
There we go. Same
Anything else you guys want to do?
No.
Since he's holding it, can I try to pull the goblin from his foot? With mage hand? Like, because he's holding the weight.
10 pounds.
So I'm like,
10 pounds.
I'm
10, a 10-pound dumbbell is like this big.
yeah, but if you're holding the weight, I can still maneuver it a little.
We're not going into theoretical physics to see if you can pick up a leg.
Okay.
Anything else you would like to do?
Is there anything you want me to do with this before I finish?
No, I fear if we do anything else, it will
Was there a
do
rune
something we
somewhere?
don't want to do.
You try scratching the rune out?
No, there was nothing. It's just this compartment. That's all I can tell.
So the door's not all the way open, right?
No, it's like stuck in the cage. It can't open a lot.
Okay, so I can't help it open it anymore.
Small cage.
I'm going to cast message on him.
Okay.
Because it says that the target can respond in a whisper that only I can hear, but I don't know if.
But it has to be able to speak a language.
Okay. Forget that.
Okay. All right. Anything else? All right. So after the next couple minutes, you're gonna end up noticing the rest of the villagers are kind of coming back together. The overseer is gonna end up saying to you, Arthur, "Be careful, please." Scorn.
I have an idea. Does it look like it's made of dirt?
The golem?
Yeah. Or earth?
It looks like it's flesh and metal to me.
Never mind.
Whatever ideas you have, please just bear in mind that these are my people, and I'd very much like it if they came back to the town unscathed.
We will do our best. Absolutely.
Try a little bit more than that, but I will be going to my overseer's office if you need anything else.
Thank you. And thank you for your kind words and support.
And the overseer's just going to kind of nod as he begins walking back with one of the guards.
I'm waiting for the rest of the hunting party to come back.
It looks like they've all gotten back.
Alright, everyone. I'm pretty sure about my theory, but just in the case it's not, please prepare to fight back. I don't think it will happen. Just have a weapon at the ready. Don't make any crazy movements at it if it doesn't do anything to you.
I'm not here anymore. Which way is north, technically?
North is going to be that way.
That way?
Yep.
I would have moved over in this position, but
They're having fun, so.
hey, let them get it out. They sleep like a rock all night. All Shadow's trying to do is fuck Penny. That's literally all Shadow's trying to do.
It's like, oh,
And she's trying to run away from him.
Shadow.
Queen's no shallow.
Well, Penny flaunts it. Penny
See what
sticks
she
Are you
around.
saying she was asking
Yeah,
for
yeah.
it?
Let's talk about the sexual provocations of
Penny's
animals.
fucking titties, okay? Stall that one out. Penny like puts her ass up and like looks back at Shiloh. Like,
So David, you're an expert about sexual provocations of animals. How they turn each other on, I see. That's good.
I know when I lay out my pussy for somebody.
That's all I'm saying.
Alright. So, everyone's here.
I want to look for.
Is this accurate? Like this is a ledge?
Only that.
I just want to make sure. We move shit around like this. I just want to make sure.
Whomever has the key, please open the gate. Or I'll take the key and I can open it.
So, also, we never actually had a key. We just we're gonna have to all pick it up and move it.
Oh.
Well, sorry, we didn't really receive a lot of specific direction from you.
No. You've done quite well.
What's the
I think-
cage?
You're gonna see them all kind of nodding.
All right, everyone, shall we gather around?
I don't really want to.
Well,
Can I just cast Mulder with both my hands at like the end points of the cage to just lift up and flip over?
How far does it go? Like, how
I
high?
I think like 5 feet.
I
at a
can do
time.
like they can last like up to an hour. Cubes can last an hour. If they're 5 foot cubes, I can just
Yeah, you can do that then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a cantrip, right?
I am one in each hand basically. Is how it has to go.
Just kind of like pop, pop,
Yeah,
pop,
pretty
pop.
much. I said,
Like-
"Are we ready?"
it's like
I
putting
said
up on top
I
of 10.
I have this.
I can move.
I got this. How far away do I need to be? I am way too far away at this point. Which direction we want to make it go?
Towards where you were.
Like, no, I mean the
That's
cage go that way.
Bring the cage back so that it only can go north.
That way. Got it. Okay. So I will be about here, 30 feet away. 5, 10, 15, 20 feet. Yep. Okay. Do you guys want to be that close?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I'm gonna assume you're not
I
gonna
have
be
no
there.
reason to be afraid of this thing right now.
I just meant so the cage doesn't do false. And then I start casting mold earth on each side, and
So as you're doing that, you're just gonna watch these little like, and eventually gets to the point where it kind of starts like creaking a little bit. You hear the metal start to creak, as eventually the entire thing it just tips over. And he watches this construct is now just standing there holding onto a goblin, as it finally is able to get its hand through, pulls the rest of it open, puts the goblin inside, and you're able to see inside for a second. As you look inside of what is the inner workings of this golem, you're going to see just a bunch of flesh, but you're going to see a bunch of what looks like kind of magical pipes, almost like kind of moving around through.
mage hand, try to grab
One of the pipes?
Yep.
Okay. So as you go to try to grab one of the pipes, the hand's going to kind of grab onto it, just pull. Doesn't look like anything's happening. You're just kind of giving it like as much effort as you can. And it looks like it doesn't really react to it, just kind of like kind of stutters slightly. As it finally manages to get this goblin inside, then it uses the rest of its arm just to close it, as it immediately just kind of looks at the road and begins to start walking north.
Hey, Scorn. How about you not piss this dude off?
The
right
second you say that, you're going to see the creature just stop, immediately turn around, and just start staring at you.
First of all, I'm not the one that's getting his attention.
Whoa,
How about you
whoa,
just
whoa,
stop
whoa.
talking?
What the fuck was that? What?
I hold my mouth shut.
What did it... It stopped for you!
He didn't say it kept going.
Well, I'm assuming she stopped talking.
She stopped talking.
so
So
he
it
turned away.
would stop there for a couple seconds. It would slowly turn around and it would start walking. I read something in books. You're its creator!
I'm a wizard, not an artificer.
It's gonna immediately stop again.
Yep.
I knew it!
You knew what?
I knew it! It's never good to have women running around town by themselves. She created this thing. She's the one who unleashed it on us. It must be the case.
No.
Stop again.
No, that's not what's happening here.
Arthur.
I know. I know. Not going to start a witch hunt against our own people. No, that's not what this is. Look, it's
Also, why
looking-
is it stopping for you?
No shit, I don't know either, okay? She doesn't know, I don't know, we don't know. Will you let me shut up so we can let it fucking go?
Roll intimidation.
With guidance.
I think I'm okay. That's a...
Don't
21.
think it's okay. Just go ahead and roll
21.
the 4. Like there's no downside to it.
I'll allow it to 24.
Okay. So you're gonna watch as like it looks like everyone in the crowd just immediately stops talking, and they like just everyone just. As it begins turning around, starts walking away again.
I like flail my hands.
You're gonna watch as like a couple of them end up taking like these pitchforks and these little short swords, and they're just kind of like slowly kind of walking behind you, and it looks like they're literally just staying behind you guys. They're not wanting to go ahead at all.
I'm gonna jog up behind it.
Okay. How close are you getting to us?
Probably about like 20 feet away.
Okay.
I'm just gonna follow it.
Okay, I'm
I
gonna
just wanna
trail
be
it,
closer.
but I'm not that close. I'm not gonna like run after it.
I've been literally on the other side of the room.
I wasn't like aggressively running. I was just like a speed walk, like slight jog.
If you sound,
Come back, my creation.
I thought you were about to just start like.
if you like make a sound, does it turn around? Like if she does.
Are you saying I'm out of shape?
What if she sneezes?
Bitches!
What if she stubs her toe on a root that's sticking out of the ground? She's like, motherfucker.
It'll probably turn around for that. Okay. Alright. As you end up kind of walking the other town, you're going to end up, Cynthia's just going to turn to you. I think I'll go back and check with Margaret. Then Margaret, she's just going to turn around and start walking back over to the
I
tavern.
just like forgot about your girl.
He's keeping her on the line,
Alright.
keeping her waiting.
Alright, so you guys are heading off.
Daddy's got work.
So anything you're wanting to do is you're just kind of following this thing.
I'm just following it. I feel like I would probably stay pretty close to it because at this point I feel like I personally don't really have a reason to be afraid of it. So, because it hasn't done anything to me, all it's done is look at me. Like, so.
Does it have like? Does it have like dramatically heavy footfalls? Or is it just?
It's going to be very, very loud as it walks through. And you're actually going to notice with all the rain that's happened recently, it's making like massive indentations.
What are these like weird looking footprints or no?
It looks like it actually is wearing like some kind of a boot. So it's basically just like massive boots. Not like anything you'd buy from a store. It looks like they're kind of just handmade for this. So.
May I take your order? Okay, I'm just gonna keep following.
Yeah, I literally just follow it until it gets close to the point where it's
Okay.
destination.
All right, so everyone's just walking down the road for a little bit, right? Cool.
He's still not here.
Yeah. Well, so we're about to get to that. So as the group is kind of heading out, you're going to end up walking in on the tail end of a conversation, which is just people yelling at Arthur and Elena, just saying, "You're the ones who created this." And that's where you're going to kind of pick up with the group. So going to your time at the storekeep, though. So as you end up kind of walking into the store, you're going to end up talking to them, trying to figure out what kind of potions and things they might end up having. It looks like they don't really have a whole lot left over. It looks like a lot of the alchemy supplies were actually purchased recently. But you are going to end up saying that they have a total of 2 just potions of healing that you can purchase.
And how much would that have been?
So, actually, given the fact that you guys are known to be a part of the hunting party, he's going to end up giving you a good price. So you're looking at $25 total. Or 50 gold total.
Yeah, I'll take them. You said so
He's
50
rolling
gold
in
altogether?
What's up?
You said 50 gold altogether?
50 gold altogether for the 2. Yeah. He looks like he's giving you a really good price just because you're part of the hunting party.
And those are standard potions of healing?
You have standard potion healing.
As far as anything else, is there any other, like, specialty items or anything like that? Or is it pretty much just alchemy?
Basically, the shop that you went to was just kind of general alchemy and cooking supplies. So, yeah, not a whole lot.
Okay. Would I have had time to check other shops?
You could have checked in their shop too if you wanted. Yeah.
Yeah. So anything like general, like possibly like magic items or.
Sure. So as you end up walking into one of the shops, you're gonna end up seeing that this is like the general store, and it looks like they actually have something new that was brought in. So you're gonna end up seeing what looks like a it's a pretty interesting item actually. So as he's kind of like pulling this thing out, you're gonna end up seeing it looks like a little pouch that is. He basically kind of opened it up and he said like, so it was something that's given to me. I didn't give him all that much gold for it, but Basically, it's a. He said it's called the mystical sprouting bag of beans. I don't really know what it does, but he said that it does good stuff, and he needed a couple potions. I gave it.
What kind of price are you looking for?
Well, I did end up giving him a couple potions for it. If I'm being honest with you, I feel like I'm not going to get the exact price of what I spent on this thing, and I feel like I might have actually been duped. But all to say, 150 gold. It's yours.
I feel like that's a little high. I mean, you're not exactly sure what it does, so I don't even know what I'm buying.
Well, what languages do you speak? There's this little paper in here.
Common and Orcish.
I'm not an expert myself, but I think this is either Gnomish or Elvish.
I'll tell you what, I'll bet if I pay half now, and I have this paper looked at, it's more of like a security deposit. I can come back.
What if you use all the beans?
I mean, I'll pay you regardless, but I want to at least know what I'm buying before anything. 150 gold, a lot of money for something I don't even know what it is.
You were helping during the dragon attack, right? I
Yes,
think I
of
recognize your
course.
face.
Yes.
Roll persuasion, and you can roll with advantage.
Four rolls. Persuasion?
Mhm.
That's 9.
How about we do 100 gold right now? 100 gold now, 50 gold when you return. I believe you're about to be heading out, so
I can do that.
very well. You watch him and he kind of like ties up the bag of magic sprouting beans. So it's actually an item. It's mystical sprouting bag of beans. You can add it to your inventory.
You said 100, right?
Yeah, 100 gold.
I'll type in beans and see what pops up. Oh, there
Anybody
we go.
want the last?
What flavor is it?
It is
Pineapple.
pineapple. Yeah. Or no, sorry, mango.
Damn.
All right. Remind me really quick. How many charges come with it by default?
Hold on, let me get you. 10 charges.
10 charges. Okay. Let me go ahead and roll really quick. All right. So you're gonna end up having 8 charges.
8. Can I expend some of this if I do that?
Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
So you have 8 magic beans in that bag, and then you can actually read up on it, but you're gonna need somebody to translate for you. Okay. All right. So after you end up doing that, you're gonna end up walking back over to the group, and yeah, you're gonna basically end up being on the tail end of the hunting party as they begin walking on the city.
Right. Are you guys heading out? What's up with him?
You said that you heard what they were saying.
It's gonna immediately stop and turn around.
I'm not saying. I'm saying that out of character. He said that
he
you
doesn't
heard that
Yeah,
they were
you
yelling,
did hear
"You're
it.
the creator!"
Yeah, I understand that. That doesn't tell me you guys are like heading out for them.
Well, and you heard my
His
spiel,
little
just yelling
Yeah.
at everybody.
yeah. Yelling at everyone and saying to let it walk. So you would have heard that.
Okay. Fight me. Alright, so are we walking specific formation? What's the plan here?
Don't piss off often. Just
Why would I piss off Ogden?
Where's your character?
I haven't put it back yet. I'm gonna walk up to Arthur. And I'm like, nudge you a little bit, like, what is going on? Okay, whatever. I guess I'm just gonna walk up to it then. Go behind it.
Okay, you're gonna get right behind the thing?
Yeah, like 10 feet.
10 feet? Okay. Alright, awesome.
15 at the most.
Okay, so you guys are just following the creature out of the village. Alright, so as you guys are walking, you guys are going to be walking for quite a while. You're actually going to end up walking for what feels like almost a full workday. As you end up kind of passing an intersection, it looks kind of familiar to you. As you end up walking past that intersection, that you kind of vaguely remember takes you over to this little waterfall where you had an interaction. You walk a little bit farther past it. Edward, I want you to go ahead and make a wisdom save.
Whoop.
Should have fucking killed their burials.
Sorry, that's a lot.
He collapses and his face buries in the ground.
Alright, so that one. So what's immediately going to happen is you're going to feel like this like sensation in the back of your head. You're just going to feel like burning just going immediately through the entirety of your skull. And all of a sudden, all the voices that you kind of contain, they're just going to immediately come flooding back in. And you're not going to be able to hear anything. It's like they're all kind of talking over each other. I want you to roll insight really quick. You guys are going to notice that he just immediately falls to his knees, just like holding on to his head.
And then when I see him fall, I'm gonna go like this to like keep people from walking up further.
Okay. What'd you roll?
13.
13. So as you're kind of trying to like decipher anything that's happening in here, you're not going to be able to hear any of the words going on in your head, but you're going to end up hearing a couple of things which are like kind of saying like no, thing. You're going to just kind of like hear what sounds almost like warnings or just like concern, maybe a little bit of anger and frustration, just a mix of emotions coming through of all these voices as you kind of like get back up and feel yourself kind of stumbling as you just keep falling forward and lean up against a tree. Then all of a sudden your entirety of your head is just going to begin just searing, and you're just going to feel everything that you've ever experienced in your life just kind of being replayed in front of your mind in this very moment. And then you're going to end up hearing two screams kind of come through. And they're both going to end up saying the same thing in two different voices. It's too late. And as it happens, all the voices are going to go silent. And you're going to feel kind of this sensation of bliss just kind of come over you for a moment.
And this happened because I was following the thing?
Gotta love D&D when it's not Boulder Gate, man. It's not that easy doing the first stuff.
No. I understand that. No, I got a little confused.
Sure. Yeah, I get it. You can ask questions and do things.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
We roll dice for a reason.
I guess I'll just try to compose myself for a second, and I'll just stay back away from it.
As you end up doing that, you're going to end up kind of noticing this weird thing. Like, your hands are now, like, no longer just, like, clammy, but they're, like, extremely moist. And just, like, almost, like, drenching with sweat. But it's not really sweat at this point. You're kind of, like, pulling it. It's almost like a little bit of an ooze. Almost like what you've seen in your other form. Just kind of leaking out the pores on your hands. You're kind of, like, pulling it off. You end up kind of just, like, messing with it. You notice it's, like, kind of beginning to, like, fall off your hands a little bit. You just kind of, like, try wiping it off. It looks like it just keeps oozing out. You just kind of wiping it off against the bark.
I'm gonna probably at this point just let everybody pass me now, and I'm gonna go like the back of it. And then probably when we get like a good distance away from the town, then I'm gonna
We're way past the town. We're at like a waterfall.
While we're doing this, you guys can talk.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
So you guys
I
go
was
ahead and
looking
keep going.
through stuff on the thing, so part of it.
I was about to do it. I was to do
Okay.
it. I was like,
So anyway, so then at that point, then I will. I'm gonna basically try to just inner monologue for the most part, and just say.
I'll let you actually set this up. So basically, you can keep the rows the same.
same
Just
way as
go
the
ahead
water.
and position trees and rocks.
You want me to put that hut like it was last time?
No, we're not actually at the waterfall. So just go ahead and position trees and rocks for me. All right. So you want to do an inner monologue? No houses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just go ahead and position stuff. Then I'll go through and make a couple edits here and there. But all right. So you're trying to have an inner monologue. Let's do it.
And I'm not gonna speak out loud, so that way I'm just trying to.
I get it.
sneak
No, you're
out.
inner monologuing, so let's do it.
What was that?
Okay. As that happens, you're not going to hear any voices respond to you. Normally, you kind of like you're talking to the same place in your mind that you would normally go to, and as that happens, it feels like you're almost talking to like a void. Like imagine if you were trying to like feel out somewhere and like kind of throw a pebble to see like if it makes an echo, and you end up hearing like it's like clop in the water, and it just kind of ripples out and echoes for a second, but nothing really like resonates. Nothing really seems to like grab hold of what's happening. Just the thought or the pebble is just lost in that part of your mind.
I want to kind of like put my hand kind of down to my side and try to like sort of like summon my form a little bit.
Okay.
Like just like the tip of my hand, just so it's kind of subtle.
So as you're starting to kind of do that, you're gonna see as it looks like some of their form, and it looks like some of the ooze starts kind of coming out of your pores. But as that happens, instead of hearing a voice in response, you're gonna end up kind of feeling this weird like sensation that's kind of crossed through the back of your head. It kind of just goes down to your neck, and instead of hearing a voice for the first time, you're gonna end up kind of seeing what is almost like a vision of you going in and out of this form. You're gonna end up kind of seeing a little bit more of what seems like the inner chambers of this room, where you see what looks like you lying on the ground in the middle of a portal.
So this is this like a vision, like just like a quick flash, or is it like
This is like a memory.
Right,
This is a memory that like you're playing almost like in your mind. Like it's almost like if you're kind of had your eyes closed, you're just like repicturing like your first Christmas. It feels like you're kind of experiencing that, but not you. You're watching yourself almost like third person.
Could I almost like? Does it feel like I could like interact with it in any way, or is it literally just something that I'm seeing?
You could try to interact with it.
Okay.
So as you kind of go to like move something, you end up seeing what looks like an arm kind of begin coming up. You're not able to see a whole lot. It looks like almost the vision's fighting you, but you see what looks like just kind of sleeves and looks like normal like dressing attire, and it's just it's weird. Like you're trying to control, but it's like you don't really feel like you have control. Like because this feels like it's already happened, especially given the fact that you were told that something happened to you in this space, and you have a vague memory of something happening. It feels like you can't control it entirely. It feels like you're almost living.
Does the vision look like it's changed in any way? Like, is Kai's body laying there, the other body that was there?
So you're actually not seeing any of that. You're seeing from a different perspective. When your body went through half of the portal.
Oh, okay. So this is okay. So my body's not laying in the middle where it was originally. It's like through the portal.
Halfway through the portal.
Okay.
Where the ooze kind of dragged you in.
Yeah. And I can't like make myself walk over there in the vision because you said I can't really control it. Right?
You can't really control it. You can try to do other things if you want to try to control it. You only have a little bit more time in this vision, by the way.
Yeah. I want to try to like almost like reach out and as if I realize I'm in somebody else's body, but I'm going to try to almost do like the same thing, like kind of use my ability to try to almost like reach out to my own body and like pull that.
Okay. So as you kind of do that, you're going to end up feeling like it feels like you're almost like fully fighting it. I want you to make a wisdom save.
That's a 6.
Okay. It feels like you're just losing track of the vision as you're doing this, and then it just immediately fades.
Okay.
But then as that happens, you're kind of just you realize even more of the slime begins kind of pouring out of you.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna try to just distract myself from it, and I will just keep focusing on the group and just walk forward.
Okay. Anything else you guys don't want to do? Nope.
I'm still following.
Alright. So you guys are going to end up following along for just a little bit longer. Who's up front?
Me.
Okay.
I'm almost parallel with but just on the opposite side of the road.
Okay, let's move you guys down closer to the center of the map. And we are going to say...
probably there. The tiefling's right.
We're going to say for the purposes of right now, this represents all of the villagers.
They're in front?
No, they're in the back.
Oh.
That's just what's going to represent the villagers. So.
Okay.
So wherever y'all want to be. Who is this, by the way?
I don't know.
Cynthia.
No,
No, that's not Cynthia. Cynthia went back. Cynthia's not with you, remember?
That's people.
So if they're in the back, they're back here. They're between Edar.
It was probably the guards. No, 'cause I don't have the guards,
scoot
so.
this one back up? We're
Right.
still in the
Oscar still has them.
Then guard.
And you were.
No, the guards didn't come with you. The guards stayed in the village.
Yeah.
Guards stayed in the village. There's no guards with you. Okay, so that's where you guys are?
Yep.
Alright. I guess Scorn and Elena, I want both of you to go ahead and roll perception.
He's also.
I'm looking at where you guys are positioned. So.
8.
18.
Okay. Alright, so you're going to end up noticing nothing. But as you end up kind of walking up, you're going to hear where there's almost like a rustling behind the rock.
Like that rock.
The rock right over here. Like right over it off next to you in the tiefling.
I honestly said, look, did you hear that? Vicar? Like the tiefling.
No, I didn't hear it. No.
So I heard
Didn't
something
hear
behind-
anything,
I
no.
heard something behind the rock. Arthur. Watch out on your left side behind the rock. Is there anything on the other side of this?
I
I know you can't speak. I just want you to be aware.
Okay. Is the rest of the group kind of still walking forward and kind of catching up and everything, I'm assuming? So we'll just go ahead and move Edard and the hunting party forward. I don't think they'd be that far
Yeah,
forward.
where are you?
We're investigating
doing?
this rock.
Okay. Like,
Where's
Alright, so
there.
am perceiving behind the rock
yes,
to my left.
yes.
That is a 18.
So when you end up kind of trying to peer a little bit behind the rock, you end up hearing a rustling, and immediately you kind of just like fixate on this one thing. You see what looks like almost a tail kind of protruding, immediately just kind of retract in, almost like if you were to see like a cat just kind of coil up its tail a little bit, just kind of like coils back in. It's hard for you to really see exactly what it was, but you're kind of feeling lucky enough to actually manage to see something. As that happens, you end up walking a little bit closer. You end up kind of feeling this weird sensation going on in the back of your head. And you begin kind of seeing almost like the back of what looks like this cave. And then from there, it just kind of trips your mind a little bit more, and all of a sudden you're staring at like the back of a rock. And you begin kind of looking down as you see like little like tendrily tail or something kind of like pull back in.
I'm going to check something out, and I kind of just want to walk back there behind.
Okay. As you begin walking off in that direction, you're going to end up needing a moral wisdom save.
Can we, come on. Okay, you
Double digits.
flip low on that for me.
Get it, Elena.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah, let him
You
cook.
said wisdom save 18.
18. So you're going to end up kind of feeling like all these memories just immediately begin flooding in. And it's weird. You feel like almost like a symbiotic connection or something. And in this connection, you end up seeing what is like vivid memories of multiple different perspectives. It looks like kind of climbing in and getting to this area. Some of the trees, one actually behind this rock that seems kind of familiar. You're looking at from where you saw. And at the same time, you're also seeing another memory kind of being played. You're kind of able to spatially figure this out, and you realize there's something hiding behind the rock over there. And there's something hiding on behind the tree over there. And you're kind of like pulling all this together. It's overwhelming because it's the first time anything like this has happened.
I want to. Can I, right from where I am, I walked around, I can visually see this thing right now?
Not yet. This is like happening. It basically kind of dazes you as you're going over.
Okay, so I want to go behind the rock and investigate and try to see if I can find it.
Okay, as you're trying to kind of like sift through these memories in your mind, as you end up getting behind the rock, you're going to end up seeing what is almost like this this thing just like hiding in the bush. It seems like it's kind of like purpley and oozy to a degree. You can't really make out exactly what it is, but it's just gonna kind of look at you curiously. You see like giant black eyes just staring directly up at you. And you're gonna hear like, everyone roll initiative.
Oh my goodness.
Yo,
That was
I didn't
almost
roll
a
a,
nat
like.
20, but it fell on me.
Oh, I actually rolled like above
Like,
a 10 on
it-
initiative.
It's a 20,
That's
it's a 20 and
crazy.
it fell me.
That's crazy, dude.
It's all minus 2, but
All right, so who got above 20?
so that far.
Okay. All right.
Does it make it feel?
Hmm?
He doesn't.
All right. So unfortunately, I don't have all of them. So we're just gonna have to play pretend for the rest.
That's unacceptable.
Wait, you're asking me to use my imagination right now? Are you
Yeah,
fucking
that is
serious?
Dungeons and Dragons?
ridiculous.
I know.
Right now?
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
It's outrageous.
I'm
just gonna
a
pack my
little
character
embarrassed.
up and
A
leave
little
right now.
embarrassed.
Storm just flies away.
That's it, guys. Campaign's over.
Can't
Fly
make those.
away? You can fly?
My shit.
All right,
That's
let's
a
go
reaction.
15 and 20. 15 and 20. Okay. All right, let's go 10 to 15.
11.
11.
I got a
13.
13. Okay.
11.
11. Okay.
Can't live it.
And 11 myself.
And 11
11.
yourself. And I'm pretty sure she has a higher dex.
Way higher. Does she have anything that's more than 0? Then it's.
That's good. Yeah,
I'm
that's
under
it.
0.
Wow, you're gonna do a negative one.
I'm -2.
Oh shit.
All right,
That's
let's
my
go.
wisdom.
Let's just go, Edard. Where are you at, bro?
10.
Okay. All right. So there we go. Okay. So as this happens, you're gonna end up seeing what looks like this weird tentacle monster just kind of immediately jump out and start running over towards one of the civilians. You're also gonna end up seeing another one kind of pop out of this bush. And start running towards the civilian. You're gonna watch it, another one just
Oh
kind of
wait,
drops
bro,
out
are
of the
those
tree.
mind flayers?
It starts running
Those
towards the
look like
civilian.
mind flayers.
All right, now we're gonna go to the rest of them
Mind
because they all apparently roll
flayers
higher
sense-
than you.
Mind flayers sense mind flayers.
Are you
This
part
one
mind
goes
flayer, bro?
And that one's gonna go there.
Jesus
And
Christ, or something.
that one's gonna go there. Okay. So there were 10. Go ahead and put the ticker back at 10. So there were 10 civilians.
10 civilian.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the
10
that was
people of the
actually
hunting
fine.
party
10 people of the hunting party.
that, you
Yes,
know,
sir.
are relatively armed to the teeth.
relatively armed to the teeth. Yes.
Yeah, you know, like they
Relatively.
are just fall over.
Wait, so there's not one in front of me?
No. There. Oh, sorry. There is. I didn't put it out there.
Okay, I was about to say because I was like, you said there was.
Nope, you are.
swear to
correct.
God, it's right there. Look what I can do.
Here. Put the cool one over there. Put one of the cool ones over there. That way he's looking at the cool one. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like the dragon.
Mind goblin.
Mind goblin.
Back there.
All right. So, going to the first one. So the first one is going to immediately end up kind of just kind of like moving its tentacles out of the way. It's like,
Not me.
So-
13.
Actually, it's who gets it second, technically.
yeah. So first one there is going to be Scorn.
Actually, yeah, that would be you.
No,
Oh,
Scorn's
you
first.
won.
Scorn's first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Scorn's turn is now, so the next person gets it.
No, it is not. We have all of these little things to go through.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
but
about
the
to
next
hit us.
person in our initiative.
Oh, okay. All right.
So he gets it.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
holds it until
Yeah. So he has it until his turn starts, and he gives it to him.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I guess.
I wasn't even
yeah.
here when it was first introduced.
Alright.
So, like, are you okay?
I don't know.
Alright, so.
All right. So as that happens, you're gonna
Oh, I was
watch it you're gonna watch these little like tentacles kind of like come out, and it just like begins grabbing on immediately to this civilian. And as that happens, you're gonna end up seeing that the civilian ends up taking a little bit of like this like kind of cringing damage as it begins kind of retracting a little bit and kind of like moving its neck and almost contorting slightly. After that happens, you're gonna end up seeing is it kind of like all these little tentacles just around its face begin kind of going every which way. As it looks like it immediately just kind of latches onto its head and just kind of like sinks some teeth in, and then begins to
Ma'am.
as you watch as this civilian just be like,
A pet pet her with my foot.
Arm to the teeth, but
I've been petting her with my
So
foot.
is that civilian dead? Okay, so let's go ahead and switch that to 9.
Right. All right, going to the next one. So I'm not going to do all the animations for each of these events I'm going. So here we go.
So we don't need this, right?
I guess technically speaking, not right now. All right, so the second one is going to end up taking. So that second one is going to end up taking a good amount of damage, but it doesn't look like it's able to successfully latch on the second one.
Alright, just
Now going
just to clarify.
Yep.
This was 1.
Yep.
This is 2.
Yep.
Okay, which one's
That's
3?
3.
This one?
Yep. And then that's 4. So there's
Okay.
4. There's 4 of those going on right
Okay.
now. The second one is going to end up immediately grabbing onto it, and is also going to end up just kind of devouring a little bit of a fleshy brain.
So is that another one dead?
Yep, the other one's dead.
Okay.
And then another one is going to end up having a lovely little grappling contest with one of them. That one's going to end up taking a little bit of damage, and okay, and he is going to remain okay for the time being.
Do a 4 kill. 2.
All right, going to the other ones. So we have the one on Arthur, then the one right in front of Edward, and the one right in front of Scorn. All right, so we have 3. So then the first one is going to end up being on Scorn. That one is going to be a probably not going to hit. That's going to be a 12. Okay, so you're going to watch it just kind of flapping its tentacles around, like desperately trying to hit you.
Does he have to hit for me to use the reaction, or can I use the reaction if he attempts to?
What do you mean? What?
Like, I have...
Are you like repost or something, or what are you talking about?
Oh, when a creature within 5 feet that you can see hits you with an attack, so like...
So it has to hit you with an attack.
So I just want to actually
It's like
succeeds. Okay.
I think like okay. So I don't know what you think hitting is. Hitting to me is like contact. That's like y'all gonna walk up to the boy and be like, "Hey, bro, I hit that last night." What do you mean? Oh, I sat next to it. Like,
what do you mean? That's what it is.
it's the same thing. My bad, guys. Yeah, totally.
What are you doing?
I'm in one.
Yeah, you have to actually have to hit.
Okay, so he misses.
Okay, so he misses, and going to the next one. So that one's gonna be on you, Arthur. So it is going to be a 17?
Yep.
Okay. So you're going to watch it. It just kind of like wraps its tentacles around you. And it's going to immediately just kind of pull this chilling sensation going straight through your body. And you're going to end up taking what is 7 psychic damage.
Actually, we're level 7.
And you are grappled.
Cool.
And now go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw.
I was
Pretty sure you're really
forgot that that's how it does all
Where
of it.
is?
Tells you it was all doesn't break it down.
Oh, sorry.
Intelligence saving throw. That's a 12.
Okay. Alright. And you end up kind of feeling this weird like chill go through your body, but it feels like you're able to contain yourself and like really keep your composure as this thing is just holding on to you and like kind of trying to dismiss it. Right? Going into the last one right in front of you. So as you're kind of like staring at this thing and looking it down, it looks like it's kind of staring at you curiously as it kind of crawls out of the bush. I want you to go ahead and roll insight.
14.
Okay. As you're kind of like staring into this thing's eyes, you're gonna end up literally just making an immediate connection with it, and it looks like you're actually seeing yourself. And then you see everything else that's happening around it, and all the other ones just kind of going through. But it looks like it almost like doesn't just respect you. It like is kind of looking for your guidance in this moment.
Oh, okay. I want to try to tell it to make the other one stop attacking. Can I do that?
You want? Okay. All right, God. So
You told me it's looking for guidance.
I know.
Don't put that on me.
I know. So you want to go ahead and do that. So what I want you to do is actually roll performance.
Hi, Penny.
Oh shoot, that's a 6.
Okay. So as you say that, as you say it, you're gonna see the tentacles kind of come out, and you see like the entirety of like all the ones around its face. They're just like you realize now that it's not even like just its entire body is just small, but like these are just like comically large in comparison to its body. You watch them just kind of like flailing out and everything. You see multiple teeth, layers of teeth, and the tongue just kind of coming out. Then as that happens, it's just going to kind of close it. As it looks at you, and it doesn't attack. It almost like kind of flails them at you almost menacingly. It just immediately stops, like almost if a dog almost like growled at you and was trying to like, kind of get you to back off a little.
Okay. Then with that, it's kind of a toughie here.
Keep in mind, this is on its turn.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it is its turn.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. Yeah.
So that being
Trying to
said,
think.
yeah, you could definitely do that. So going on to the next one, initiative order is 620. So you may go to Elena.
Out of curiosity,
Then it goes to Elena.
well, I want to make sure Penny was gone first, because Penny would have taken that.
For sure.
Is the golem continuing to walk?
The golem is continuing to walk.
Okay, so it's not reacting to the mind flares. Okay.
To be fair, you don't know exactly what these things are. You guys could call them that, but just for the purpose of the viewers, they like there is no confirmation. They just think that that's what the golem is.
Yeah, I'm gonna use, because this guy's my melee. Where's my touch? How far away is this gonna react? 15-foot cube oriented community. Like if I do thunder wave, is it gonna hit the tiefling, or can I force? Like
It should make a save. Yeah.
okay, so would also like if I do thunder wave, can I make it so 3 of these guys?
If you walk out of its range, you'll get an opportunity attack, and you can potentially set up with multiple.
Yeah, but I mean, I can do. It's a 15-foot cube.
Thunder is also going to hit all the civilians.
That was my third question.
Like, if you can try and move yourself in a strategic spot, but you're gonna provoke an opportunity attack.
So each creature within a 15-foot cube. So if I just go around this guy, not leaving his range,
Then yes, you could do that. You're still gonna hit the T-flank.
that's fine. 5, 10, 15. So I would be. Can I just like push?
Basically, one way or another, you're gonna be hitting civilians unless you move it out of its range. You're gonna be hitting a civilian.
Truthfully, they're already fucking them up in one attack.
Dude, do what you want to do, man. Like,
So-
don't look to me for guidance here. Like,
So, no, I want to hit. I want to make it so like if these guys are on the outside attacking the civilians at the end, I want to position that they're barely getting hit to make it so
Okay.
like they get
You can
might
try.
get thrown into the civilians.
do your thunder wave. All
Yeah,
right.
I'm doing thunder wave.
Okay, so that's gonna be
Con
three
save.
con saves, 4 con saves. Okay. All right, so that is going to be passing the tiefling.
Okay.
Fail on one of the squids and fails on the other 2.
Okay, you only just roll
so-
once and then.
Yep. So one of the squids is failing. I'm sorry, 2 of the squids are failing. 2 of the cylinders are failing.
So that's gonna be 7 damage for those that failed,
Okay.
and
Then half.
3.5. Are you gonna do 4 or?
Yeah, I got it back here.
Okay.
Okay, so for the ones that failed, so you're gonna watch as like one of the civilians just ends up having this thing like latching onto it, just gonna immediately kind of get pushed back and just collapse, and it looks like the little squid thing is gonna end up kind of like just latching on its brain, just almost like sucking on it.
Okay.
7?
They also
Yep.
get blasted. This guy.
The other one is gonna end up remaining, and that one, so it was 7 damage. That one's gonna end up getting blasted back. Yep. The other 2 are also gonna end up getting blasted back, but the ones that pass though don't get blasted back. So the 2 right next to the pile aren't gonna get touched.
Okay. So this guy gets blasted back 10. 5,
Yep.
10.
Yep. The actually, my mistake. The other goblin is gonna get pushed back.
This one?
The other goblin one.
It would push him into the other one. Technically, I don't know how you
It's
rule
fine.
that.
They're tiny creatures.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
And then I'm going to. I already moved like 5, 10, 15, 20. Anything else I can do?
Okay.
So that is my turn.
Going to Elena.
Question is the aberration reacting to any of this, or is he just
Same thing as I told him now. It's just walking for him.
getting it up?
All good.
So then I am going to cast Magic Missile.
Okay.
First level.
Okay, which one are you targeting?
I'm gonna do all 3 to this guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna ungrapple. Get off of me.
So that's 5. 12 damage.
12 damage?
Yes.
Alright, so you're going to watch as that one ends up taking a bunch of damage. It just kind of gets pushed off slightly. It's still kind of holding on to him, but you watch as this one looks really good.
That will be my turn.
Okay. Going to Arthur.
So am I ungrappled now from this thing?
Yep. You can escape the grapple.
Do I have control of my hands?
Yes, you have control of your hands.
What do I do with my hands?
I'm gonna cast Tasha's
So,
Caustic Brew at
Okay.
2nd level.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to like point myself so that I can blast it and like these 2 right here in a line.
Okay.
It's a 30-foot line of acid damage, so that all 3 of them have to make a dex saving throw of 15.
That's 2 20s. So they all pass. They have a negative dex too. Crazy. Okay.
Okay, nothing happens. Cool.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's only when they're covered in the acid that they take any damage.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
Okay, well,
That's a spell.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Well,
a shit spell.
you know, I went for a spell that wouldn't require me to roll because I normally suck whenever I have to try to hit anything. I'm like, oh, you roll.
Those saves. Those saving throws.
Jeez. Okay. All right.
I will use a bonus action though to cast Sanctuary.
It's a good spell.
So, feel pretty safe right now.
Pretty safe. Cool.
And I sit there.
It's just like right there in your face. All right. So going to the villager. So it looks like one of the villagers. So it looks like one of the villagers is just going to be kind of like standing there and like almost like dazed by the fact that it has this thing on it. Rest of them are going to end up making some attacks. So how many are left?
7.
So one of them
So
stays.
1,000 damage.
So
They
that
really kill the
is. All right. So that is going to be 4 hits. Okay. Okay. All right, going to Ilard.
I think what I want to do is I want to first I want to grab this thing by the neck, like kind of lift it up in the air, just kind of like menacingly just look at it and just like scowl and just be like, "Oh baby."
Just bite it. Just...
Yeah.
Okay, so as you do that, go ahead and roll animal handling, and then do it with advantage given the circumstances.
I got 2 18s. That's crazy. Whoa. 18. You said animal handling?
Animal
So 19.
Okay. So as you're kind of holding on this thing and you end up like bringing it up, it looks like it's just gonna kind of like go limp in your hand and just kind of keeps looking at you and just kind of like batting its eyes. It's just kind of like moving its head back and forth, just staring at you.
And then I guess after that I will just try to command it again to have your allies stop attacking my group.
Okay. As you end up saying that, you're gonna almost like feel like a connection with it, and as this connection kind of begins to solidify, you're seeing like everything through its eyes that kind of looks over, and you get this like feeling and sensation of like almost hopelessness as it just kind of watching the rest of them and looks back at you, and you kind of get the sensation of disappointment.
Can I like infer anything else from that? Like decipher anything?
I gave you a lot off that without rolling.
Okay.
That.
So you're saying it's looking at the rest of like the group area, and it's feeling hopeless.
Yes.
And disappointed.
Yes, that's what I said. Yes.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and just pass my turn next because I gotta figure out what I want to do.
Okay.
This is
Pass.
Yeah.
All right.
Just I'm literally just gonna kind of stay in that position. Kind of
Fucking attack it, goddammit!
All right.
Gripping
Do
it.
something.
You're gonna watch as Belena ends up running over there with a dagger, and misses pretty elegantly as she falls and trips and lands on the ground next to the sword.
Which one? Oh, right here.
She rolled a 1.
Yikes.
So she gets from separating from sworn.
There we
Don't
go.
do nothing to get in or kick his ass.
All right, going back to the gnomes. So
Get yours kicked.
the gnome that's actually on you is going to immediately just let go. It is going to start running over towards all of his buddies over there next to him.
Call them gnomes?
Yes. All right. So yeah, he's going to end up going over there.
Over like there. Are you good?
Yeah, joining in the bloody fray. All right, so that is going to end up being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that is going to be
Leave it.
another one that's going to die,
6.
and then it
Fuck,
was.
These guys were armed to the fucking
but they're commoners.
Listen, it can have like 14 HP instead of 7. You know? Come on.
They have more than that.
I don't believe it at this
Okay, so I
point.
did more than that.
All right.
Cannon fodder.
All right. So that one's gonna get grappled and not gonna die. That's gonna be damage. And then this last one is going to end up being. All right, and now we're going to go to the one that is in front of you. So it's just gonna kind of just lie there in your hands, as you end up seeing like one of those little like slimy tentacles just kind of like go up on you, start kind of wrapping around your arm, as it kind of just like gives you like a little bit of a squeeze.
Okay.
Okay. All right, going to Scorn.
I'm gonna. Man, the civilians are kind of fucking me here.
And you wish.
Stupid civilians.
Goddamn
God.
civilian.
I wish civilians would fuck me.
Hey, you got Barbie. Stop
They should probably
Honestly,
have more
I'm
HP
just
than
gonna
these guys.
cast Firebolt
Okay.
at the one that was originally in front of me that I hit and he got knocked back.
Okay. Sure.
19 to hit.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
It's 2d10. That's not a 10. Wait. That is a 10. Okay, look. None of them actually say 10, okay? That's 20. That's 2 10s. You can I didn't touch that shit.
All right. Yeah, that's one down. You're gonna end up like just searing the one that's like basically just grappling on him, just kind of off the civilian's face. He just kind of looks at you
No.
like just kind of shocked. Okay. All right, going to. Oh, anything else?
Bonus actions. No.
Going to Elena.
Alrighty.
And Mick.
Mimic.
I'm going to. I guess just move over here, and then use magic missile again,
Okay.
and do boom, boom, boom.
Okay. Targeting each of them.
Yes.
That's not what I was gonna say.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Freaking some Z.
Yeah, Xenon the 21st century. So one gets 3 damage,
Okay.
one gets 4 damage, and one gets 3 damage.
All right, one of them is gonna end up going down.
Ooh.
Which one?
The first or the second one she hit. The one that she hit before.
I don't know which one it was.
Yeah, whatever it was. Okay. All right.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Anything else you want to do?
You're welcome.
That is it.
All right, Arthur, you're in your sanctuary.
Wonder if it's a really flash.
All All right, that's his turn.
Okay, now that I'm in my sanctuary, I'm going to take this time to climb this here rocky rock.
Yeah.
Do I need to roll anything?
Sanctuary allow you to move?
Yeah, you can move. You just can't be targeted or attack anything.
Cool.
Where's the golem at this point?
It's off the map at this point.
Okay.
It's been walking at what would be considered a brisk pace, so it's been 30 feet. Just not dashing or anything, just it's off.
So it would have been only like there.
Yeah, thereabouts. For a full turn. Yeah. Is it not off the map? Oh,
No.
right. Could we extended it? My bad.
I turn. Like, wait, you miserable ape!
Yeah, just keep talking to it.
It's gonna turn just scary.
just
For 6
don't
seconds.
stop talking.
You come back here right now.
I am your father, and you will listen to me.
Yeah, you know what? I just cast a firebolt at the nearest one I can see.
Okay.
As long as you keep talking every turn, he technically doesn't move. It's all happening at the same
That is
time.
a 22.
22 is gonna hit.
Firebolt. Wow. 2d10. Oh. That's 12 fire damage.
12 fire damage.
Yeah.
Another one's gonna bite the dust.
Skull.
They're small, so I have small skulls.
What are we doing with these?
Just put them right there.
For right now, yeah, you can just put them off.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right, going to the villagers. So we have 6 villagers remaining.
Yes.
Okay.
So one of them is still going to end up remaining dazed, and we're actually have a couple attacks come through. So it looks like 2 of them actually managed to strike down another one. Yep. All right. Moving on to Edard.
I
So
wanna.
another one of these got struck down?
Yep. By the civilians.
Only.
Skull you.
Skull, dude.
So there is 1, 2, and then the one I have left.
Mhm.
Okay,
Eat
so
Eat it.
just no, I actually wanna keep it in my hands and like come up here, essentially like show it to the other 2 to like get their attention, and then basically try to command them to come here and leave you guys. I'll just be like, stop attacking my people.
Okay. So as you end up doing that, you're going to end up kind of feeling like a little bit of resistance coming from the 2 of them. You kind of feel like a weird desire pulsating through you. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll a wisdom save.
Sorry, man. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm going good now. 17.
Okay. So as you end up like looking across the group, you're gonna end up kind of feeling this sensation to almost like replicate some of their like emotions and reactions. And like you almost want to kind of like join in for a second. You just kind of fight it, and you immediately begin seeing things from their perspective. And you're watching as they're kind of like latching onto these people and really trying to like you actually see through a perspective like all these tentacles are kind of coming out as they latch onto somebody's head. This is all kind of happening like in the second you're looking at them, and it feels like they're almost like connected to you.
Okay. Then that's kind of what I'm continuing to do is like pretty much trying to command them to leave them the way they want.
Okay. Let's go to Belina. So Belina's going to go ahead and get up off the ground and is going to make an attack. She's going to miss miserably. But she's standing this time so she didn't fall over. So that's a step in the right direction, I suppose. Alright, so going to the 3 remaining. So 2 of them are going to end up immediately trying to lash on to... looks like the only people around are going to be the civilians. Okay, they're going for the civilians. So that is going to end up being another latch on. So you're going to watch as like the tentacles end up wrapping around one, but it doesn't actually even have a chance to bite into. Just the tentacles kind of wrap around it. You kind of see it's like it looks like the guy just kind of begins suffocating, just kind of twitches and falls over. And then you watch as the thing just uses the rest of its turn just to kind of like grab onto its head and just begin kind of eating, as it just kind of died in the process of the brain grapple. All right, going to the other one.
So one more of these guys died?
Yep. Going to the other one. The other one is going to miss in its entirety. It's going to miss in its entirety. Going to the one that's on you. So that one's still going to kind of be like almost staring at you and just trying to kind of figure this out. Even like you're kind of trying to turn him around and hold it. Looks like he's just kind of looking at you. You kind of feel a weird sensation coming through your mind as you almost feel this degree of like like empathy and almost disappointment coming from.
Okay.
All right, going to Scorn.
I'm gonna fireball this bitch back here.
Fireball?
That one's not.
That one's the
in
one that
my
he's
hand.
holding in his hand.
Oh, you're literally holding.
Yeah, I'm
Shoot
literally.
it out of his hand.
I'm literally standing up on a rock with this thing.
Shoot
in
it out of
my
his hand. Fucking shoot his hand.
I've got it by the neck.
So have
Shoot
you done
it at
anything to
his
it? Have you
skull.
attacked it at all? You just hold
No,
it?
I haven't. And y'all would have heard me yelling at the other ones to stop attack, like basically telling them to stop attacking.
Oh, that wasn't a mental thing. That was
No, that was out loud yelling at them.
Stop.
I'm gonna say, can you control these things?
I'm trying.
I'm gonna say fuck it, and I'm gonna Ray Frost the one he's holding.
Like when the snow cone. Huh? Fucking fish sticks call.
It's a little more.
Okay. You don't want to do the ones that are
There's only
hurting civilians.
There's two of them right here.
It's like
Half of the
you were so worried about hurting civilians before, and now they're like, it's like, let's get the one that's like not doing anything right now. I want to make sure you know that. Like, you can do it. Of course, I'll let you do it.
Your overseer buddy's gonna be pissed.
You were definitely kind of like, I need to protect them, and now you're like, oh fuck them. They're
Alright,
already.
okay.
I'm just, you can do what you want. I'm just saying it's a little inconsistent.
I'll firebolt one of these fuckers.
Okay.
Trying to make Edward's
He's
hand
being
freeze,
very nice
okay?
by letting you just
I was-
change what you were.
I know.
Yeah. Like it feels very, very
Meta.
not. I wanted to make sure you saw them. Basically, is what I'm saying. It's like, it's
16?
just like that doesn't seem right. Okay.
16 to hit.
16's gonna hit. Yeah. Like I have no problem with all those civilians dying. It's just you were making a deliberate
No,
point.
well, of course you're fine with it. There's half of them left already. Jesus Christ.
It's like, but you guys don't really want them to. It's like
We
okay.
got 16 HP. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I had him for 16.
You hit the.
Yeah.
Were you attacking the civilians?
No.
You said only 16 HP. You're like, oh, why did 16? Like, were you attacking the civilians?
I did do 16 to this guy.
It's like, geez, I'm point out. Yeah, some of the rest of life. Oh yeah, the civilians. I got this. Like,
That was your attack roll?
oh shit.
That was damage. 16 damage.
Yeah. Okay, so
I hit.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So you're gonna end up
So much
immediately
stuff
killing
going
another
I think I
one of
actually
them.
rolled
Alright,
16
alright.
twice. So I did kill it?
Yeah, you're gonna kill it.
Alright.
Shit, man. All right. Anything else you want to do?
Nope.
Okay, now shoot the one
Slap
out
one
of
of the civilians
Bedard's
in the
hand.
face.
And now get the other one in it. For real this time.
Wait, what about?
Yeah. That's what I said. There's
Still
still
one
one
more,
more
still
left.
one
Yeah,
more.
there's still one
Okay.
more left.
I get
I think Scorn's very much expecting that it will be dead here coming next week.
I
Alright, going
can't
to
attack anymore, so.
going to Elena.
Alrighty, I'm going magic missile the little guy in the back.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do another first level.
Okay.
I guess it would have made sense to put that back. Sorry.
Put that thing back where it
Where's the help me? So that's gonna be 12 damage.
Okay. It looks like it's literally hanging on by a thread.
Has he moved since?
Arthur was talking to him, so he's still just kind of standing.
Okay,
there.
so he's still okay.
Hi.
I was just gonna say something if he hadn't.
You can. Fuck it, why not? Fireball! Or magic missile.
If you're gonna be technical, you have to say things
You
to
do.
cast those
Yeah,
spells.
you do.
So you should
Yep.
already be listening.
All right, moving on then. So going to Arthur.
Alright, the last one. I'm going to use Firebolt on the last one. And drop this.
I think you said it.
I was just-
Yeah!
Did you get in
And
that?
that one.
He lights himself on fire.
I fucking knew it, bro. It's too good to be true.
The ashes just fall at your feet and your pants catch on fire.
Can I take that, can I see that die? Can I see that cage right in front of me? Go ahead
It's
and
not the dice's fault. That's his fault. He's
Fuck you. You think I want to roll that?
Alright. Yeah, so you miss.
Yep, I miss, and then I turn back to the golem and I say,
What would you make me do?
I say this.
Alright.
What was that? Was that Plankton?
No, Squidward.
Square.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright, going to the remaining villagers.
They better fucking kill this thing, dude.
They're gonna die. The last one.
They're
was
gonna
1
all
HP.
instantly die.
He's
5.
gonna kill all.
We have 5 rolls.
Woo!
Alright. Alright, so there's gonna be 1 hit.
Alright, down to
These
4.
guys are fucking useless,
Well, the
bro.
thing-
They're like level
No,
1.5.
It's their turn.
Oh, they're attacking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're attacking.
Okay,
They're
cool.
attacking.
Yeah.
And one of them hit. They
Okay.
have to do 1
The
damage.
one has 1 damage, 1 HP probably left.
And it kills it.
Woo!
Okay, now shoot the one that hurts. That's what I should have done in 3-1-1 and see what happened. See how badly I just hit you in the face so far.
Alright. Alright. So going to the top of the order then. Or no, wait. So next one would be Edard. Yeah, so Edard's turn.
At this point, I'll be like, you're the
You know what I'm gonna do.
whatever you want to call them are dead at this point. Give me a reason. You tell me a reason to let you live. And be able to speak clearly in a way that I can understand.
Okay, so as that happens, you're gonna end up kind of like feeling a little bit of like a connection go through. I want you to make another wisdom save.
I need this. I need this.
We need this.
Thank God. 18.
Okay. You're gonna end up kind of
Go see.
You're gonna end up like feeling a little bit of like this tingle kind of go down your spine as you kind of like feel your eyes opening, and you end up seeing like through like a really like Shiloh. You know, seeing from like a low perspective almost. You like looking up, and you're gonna end up seeing what is like kind of like a shadowy figure with like tentacles coming out of its face, kind of looking at you, putting its hand out, and then as that happens, you're gonna end up seeing is like you kind of like move up to it and kind of like start like suckling on the hand slightly. As you kind of just like retreat back, and it just kind of begins like kind of caressing your head and just patting you on
I'll just attack it. That's the point. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna.
Bite it.
Not biting it.
Bite it.
Rip its head off.
You gain powers by eating other parts.
No, I'm just gonna
Tadpole.
throw it down on the ground and I'll take my axe.
Here we go. So as you throw it on the ground, you're gonna immediately see its eyes kind of turn wide. It just kind of just puts its head down and just starts like at your feet.
Oh, come on!
You should have eaten it.
No, you can do your thing. I'm just saying you're seeing that. As
I know, but that makes it worse now. I'm just gonna attack it.
Got it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's a 15 plus 9 to hit.
That's like fucking collapse, bro. Holy shit.
Its eyeballs pop out of its head
Oh gosh.
with the same sad look on his face.
Well, it's a 4, 6, 7, 8, 10 damage.
Okay. So as you end up kind of coming through, you're gonna kind of like cutting off one of the little tentacles that's kind of flailing around, as it looks like it kind of pulled itself back and just keeps looking at you and kind of moves its head down again.
It's an 18 plus 9 to hit.
It's gonna hit.
Attacking recklessly. He's like, oh shit, let me hit it again.
Damn it! Why didn't it die?
It's another 4 plus 6.
Okay, so that's another 10 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, and as it happens, you're gonna end up coming down, just completely decapitating it. As you're like, you watch the rest of this body just kind of begins flinching.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I'll just kind of sit there and just kind of stare at it.
You did it!
Woo! That's probably the first kill I've ever done where I kind of feel bad about it.
All right.
Papa?
Arthur, how you doing over there?
This was not what we signed up for.
I'm jogging up.
Fuck.
Can I, like, I'm gonna hop down from the rock and, like, look at what the fuck these things are?
Okay.
Yeah, what the fuck are these things?
Okay. Alright, so.
What are you?
Alright, So as you end up kind of like looking at it, you're gonna end up hearing when there's like these giant footsteps of the golem kind of begin walking again.
Hey.
It's immediately gonna turn and just start kind of looking at you for as long as you're talking to it.
Just keep talking.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make random sounds.
Just walk up to you like.
All right.
You, sir.
All right. So you will go ahead and roll investigation.
With guidance.
15.
15. Okay, so as you end up kind of trying to get a good idea of what the body is, and you're kind of going through and like kind of pulling back some of the tentacles, you end up seeing what looks like this ooze kind of coming out of it. As you get kind of feeling its skin and its flesh, it's sticky and clammy, and it doesn't feel right. And as you kind of like give it a little squeeze, you know, it's a little bit more like this like pus or ooze that kind of comes out inside the tentacles. You kind of like pull them out of the mouth. The ones that are just so comically large, you look inside. You know, seeing multiple rows of teeth. I want you to go ahead and roll a history for me.
That is a 18.
Okay. As you end up kind of like recalling some of your dungeon diving and things in the past, remember hearing stories about just these beings that were kind of sent from another plane, and they seem to have multiple rows of teeth and were known to kind of extract brains. You're kind of looking around, piecing things together, just going off of some of the relics you've seen. It feels like this is some form of almost an elithid. The patterns seem there, but the form doesn't.
I'm going to cut off one of the tentacles.
Okay.
And
Where's that to when you need them?
find a jar in my pack to toss it in.
All right. Yeah, you're able to do that.
And yeah, stow that away.
As you're kind of looking at the size of this, you're going to end up recognizing too that these kind of look like they're the size of like gnomes and goblins by comparison. It seems like it's about the same like make of that. Not the same as a halfling. It's like these are a lot skinnier and more petite.
But they just have these tentacly appendages.
Tentacly appendages, but it looks like their entire body is also consistent with that. It's not just like the face. It's like the entire being of them has been
Tentacleized?
Yeah, it's been like this morphed or something. Like.
Okay.
So what else you gotta do? Anyone else?
I truthfully probably would have. The tiefling and I would have. She would have followed. I would have checked on the guards, the hunt party real quick, and say, "Hey, the golem's still. This is our main. We gotta keep going."
Okay. Roll performance really quick,
sure.
Or persuasion, whatever you feel like you'd be doing better with.
Oh, that's an 18 plus 4. I can always just cast guidance on myself.
Yes, sir.
So that's a 22 plus. Because why the fuck not? 25.
Okay. Why not? So as you end up kind of trying to rally the group and everything, you're really trying to like assert like a commanding presence and make them feel like, listen, I'm your friend. Trust me. We have to. And you were like trying to portray all this in just a few words, and you don't just do it, but you completely successfully do it.
Nice.
Like you kind of look at them and it feels like they're almost like not just respecting what you're saying, but fully hearing it and wanting to know more as they begin kind of just looking around at the corpses and kind of mourning for a short period as you walk forward. You hear one of them just kind of like say, "He's right." And they just kind of start following in line after you.
How many are left?
It's
5?
like, we'll help later. 5 left, yeah.
Do any of them
What
look
did you
injured?
wind up saying while I was in the bathroom?
I basically went and told the people, "Hey, we gotta get the fuck going. Still, we're not done with our mission, and we're
2 of them
moving
are-
to catch up to Elena, who's stalling the golem."
I'm going to
Just by
cure
making
wounds
like,
both of them.
bleh sounds out of him.
Go ahead.
One gets 7 health back.
Okay.
And the other gets 5 health.
Okay.
Could I do an insight check and see if I can try to figure out why he's so interested in what I have to say?
We kind of did that earlier, but you could do it again, sure.
19.
Okay. All right. So as you're trying to kind of figure it out, it just feels like there's something about you and Arthur because he seems to kind of listen to both of you. Like, maybe there's something in common, or maybe there's something that you both possess, or there has to be some kind of a link because this just feels too abnormal just to happen. Okay. All right. Anything else anyone wants to do?
I think as we're kind of walking that way, I want to kind of gesture Arthur like to the back of the group.
Okay.
So a few things. First of all, just to get it out of the way, you understand the Elvish, correct?
Languages. Yes. Yes, I do.
So when I went to the shops before we headed out from town, I was able to procure this. The gentleman said it was a bag full of magic beans. He did not exactly know what it was, and he said the instructions and the description, he couldn't read it because it is in either Gnomish or Elvish. Would you possibly be able to translate this?
Sure. Can I read it?
Yep, you'll be able to read it, and so either of you can read it out loud, but it's on the thing.
So, it is a mystical sprouting bag of beans. The weight is 1 pound. It is a bag of enchanted magic beans that, when thrown, and if the landed location results in the bean touching the dirt, while saying one of the following words, produces an outcome from the list. If you say fear, the bean creates 1d4 shriekers. Tangle, the bean from the landing point creates a 15-foot cube of difficult terrain. The terrain can be destroyed and has hit points of 3d6 plus 3. Aged, the bean grows fast into a sizable tree with a 5-foot base and 15 feet of height, or until it hits any sturdy object. Field, the bean grows a 15-foot cube of tall grass capable of hidden up to medium creatures standing. And then height, a easy to climb beanstalk sprouts, allowing you to climb with ease. No skill checks. The sprout reaches 1d20 plus 20 feet off the ground, or until it hits a sturdy object. And it has 8 charges. So I basically have 8 beans.
Beans, what the fuck?
It's pretty weird. And he kind of gave it to me for somewhat of a good deal. I owed him about 50 gold. I told him I'd pay some up front because he didn't know what he was really selling me, and I didn't know what it was either. So
Seems nice.
I'll have to go back there at some point.
Should definitely pay you the rest.
Another thing. Did you know what these things were? Because we just fought.
I think they're some sort of illithid creature. And that's not good news at all. Especially why they would be out in the forest here. But the theory that whatever paladin person or whoever the creator of even the meat golem up there might have turned these creatures from the slaves that were taken.
Well, this is quite puzzling. What exactly is an illithid?
Very, very intelligent species. Ever heard of mind flayers before?
I don't think so.
Imagine the most evilest thing ever, and it can make you do whatever it wants. and you just become its mind slave for however long it takes for some sort of divine intervention to save you.
It is troubling, considering the fact that the reason why I was not attacking the one sort of had a connection with me.
Oh, I thought you just grabbed it. And were just...
Nope. It was almost like, what would be the word? Kind of bowing its head towards me, like almost like it was beneath me. I could like see through, like little glimpses. I could like see through the other one's eyes for a few. But that's the reason why I knew it was back there. Is I like got a glimpse. I could like see myself through the.
How did you come to your other form exactly?
We were on the bounty.
Mm-hmm.
Out in the swamps.
Mm-hmm.
To the southwest of the city of Pike.
Okay, so what happened?
Can you guys walk and talk at the same time? We kind of got to keep going.
We're walking.
Are you?
Yeah.
Alright.
We didn't just stand there. So everybody.
We're like...
I wanted to make sure that actually that happened because
We're gonna try to be a little out of earshot of the golem so that I'm not...
Okay, so we let it start walking again.
Sounds like it. Yep.
Okay.
While we were in the swamp, we were fulfilling a contract from the Bounty Hunters Guild to look for.
Okay, keep going.
Listen, I don't know if any of it's important. You know.
What happened? Did something infect you? Did you
I don't
drink
know.
some of the swamp
Honestly,
water
you
or
have-
something?
You have to remember to ask some of the other. I know bits of it, and we thought I charged this contract, this target that we were after. She knocked me out very quickly, surprisingly. And next thing I know, I'm waking up with my head through like a portal, looking at some otherworldly realm of darkness, shadow, and weird shapes. I still try not to think about it because I don't quite understand it. After that, I was pretty much incapacitated the entire time. They were able to kill the witch, and from there on, weird things started happening. Luckily, I have a lot more, at least manageable control over this thing. But
A troubling amount, and that's the
the only
problem that
thing
I'm
that I
worried
can
about.
think, the only thing that I've really been able to come up with, I've been able to talk to the voices in my head. I'm pretty sure that we've talked about this before, at least in passing.
Yeah, but it wasn't like that before. I didn't know that.
I understand. From what I can tell, it is some sort of collective, like a hive.
This is not getting better. The more you describe it, the more troubling it sounds.
The deal. You asked the question.
I think you're already under their thrall.
Are you getting louder?
Yeah.
So
As it stops.
so I can hear them? Okay. What are you arguing about back there?
Nothing. Just
And then the guy
He
turns
turns around and starts looking.
Let it go!
I'm gonna shut up for a few seconds.
and then I just at you guys.
just keep walking.
And then I keep walking.
All right.
Last time I ignored an argument, it didn't end so well, so.
This is why I'm asking questions.
This is not good.
I have never. Here's the deal.
You might already be part of this hive mind colony.
Here's the deal. I would say the bright side of this is I've never seen these things before. It's just the things that I've seen is different. It's not.
I'd rather been ambushed by them, and like we've had to kill all of them out of like self-defense. But not to learn that, you were just finding a friend.
I don't know. Okay.
They were just.
I don't know how these collectives work. I don't know how these hives work.
Little yuppies coming up
do
to
they
you.
work together? Are they
Being like,
just,
oh, throw the ball, throw the ball.
That's why we are going to. That's the whole point of us going to share this, at least for my benefit.
Yeah, so we can get you seen by a high priest
No, we were told
to
were
have
told-
whatever is
we were
expelled
told by
from your
we
body.
were told by some city fight that there's a vast library there that we will probably be able to find information. That is my objective to go to Shivers.
Right.
Have you come across anything like this before?
Stories.
Stories is something.
It's not. They're not good stories. They're not. There's seldom few, and the few that are works of fiction. Good stories.
Alright, well, fortunately, there's nothing we can do about it right now. I'm in control.
Let's sure hope there's nothing more to come of this today. That would be great, but I am very doubtful of that now.
I'll tell you what,
You let me know if you're starting to hear things. You know, like, oh, hi, look at me over here behind you. And then you're like, oh, that's so silly. What would be behind me? And then it's one of those fucking things.
I've never exactly heard that.
So you were having some sort of episode earlier. You falling around, you look kind of like,
Yeah,
looked like you walked into a spider web in the road and you just started flailing.
yeah, there are definitely times where the collective kind of voices get the.
I don't need to know.
You're asking.
Don't tell me you've had a name for them already.
The
No.
collective.
They don't know. I start walking away.
Alright. I guess as she's walking away, I think I want to try, now that these things are gone, I want to try to kind of talk inwards again.
Roll wisdom save really quick.
Brother.
19 plus 1. So dirty 20.
Alright, so as you're kind of trying to make a connection, you again kind of feel like there's no voices anymore. Only like thoughts and memories. So you kind of like begin to probe this area of your mind. Then all of a sudden you kind of feel like an immediate connection, and you end up seeing what looks like the inside of a cave. And it's gone.
So keep that to myself now. Oh, all right.
You end up getting like an emotion too, as like you end up kind of just like kind of letting that fade, just keeping it to yourself. You kind of get the sensation of almost like thrill.
I'm gonna do a glance around. Do I see a cave?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. You're still walking through the middle of the woods.
Okay.
Alright. And as that happens, and you end up walking up, we will end the session. So thank you guys so much for joining us today on Millennial Tavern. Yes, fun stuff. Fun
Yeah.
stuff. Lots of things happening.
Just very.
Yes. Understandable. But we'll be picking back up again here next week, and that is going to be the one session. Remember, we're only doing the new campaign every other week. So we'll be back at it again here on Wednesday next week, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, and that is going to be here on Twitch. We'll be uploading VODs for both campaigns here later on this week. The VOD for yesterday's session will be coming out tomorrow, and then this session will be out on Friday. Remember that it's on YouTube, Millennial Tavern, and you can go ahead and find that down. Anything you guys want to shout out?
Elena might have to get a country accent.
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
Everything's country. I mean, you do have the ability just to like change your identity on a dime, so it's just something.
Just kill your character and then start with something else.
Piss me off a little more. I just attacked you.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways,
Happy Halloween, everybody.
happy Halloween. Yes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that being said, I would like it if people could dress up for Halloween. It'll be November 1st for our session, but
Dress up as our characters,
sorry.
you mean?
I'm gonna
or
up
just
as a
dress
turkey.
up as anything.
I'll be
Anything.
in this.
Dress up as Sam.
No, this is the penis.
I'll be in this.
Oh, okay.
Penis.
I'll be a fucking. I'll be a
penis.
penis.
Help me, a penis.
I won't be here.
Wow. Okay. But anyways, have a fantastic rest of your weekend, guys. Happy Halloween, and we'll be seeing you on Wednesday. Hey, y'all.
Bye.